Welcome to Notch in the Afternoon. The stream gets you pumped and ready to go with good news. And you already know who I am, but for those who don't know, it's your boy M3 and I have DJ Eddie King with me.
Jeff, Jeff. Good afternoon, folks. Good afternoon. And I know you guys are wondering, what are we bringing to the table? M3, tell them what we got. What do we got cooking?
Oh, man. Well, DJ Eddie King, we are bringing a selection of, really good topics that's going to be out there for the eyes to see and the eyes and the ears to hear. So what we're going to be talking about is a variety of topics. I know you guys are waiting for the main topic, which is called, did Trump try to make America great again out of good intentions? And did we stop that from happening? But we're going to save that for, we're going to save that for last. Save the best for last. And we're going to get to other subtopics before we even reach about Donald Trump.
Also, we got other news that we have a topic, and it's called a bank manager fired after refusing a black man's check. We're going to get into that too as well.
Oh, yes, definitely. But first, before we begin, we want to make sure everybody's getting the likes up. I know people that came in earlier. Sorry for the 1 hour delay. I know most folks had kind of hopped in around like at 12, but it's all to the good. Most of the people is going to be returning back soon. So it is great. But anyways, before we begin, DJ Eddie King, how was your afternoon so far?
Well, today my afternoon was wonderful. I went out and I went out and had a 5, 10 minute, 30-minute walk. Let me see. Sunshine is so bright. I hear the birds chirping, the bees are stinging, folks, and it's just beautiful. But so far so good today. I want us to tell everybody out there right now, Happy New Year's Eve. Stay safe. Stay in the house tonight. I would prefer you guys to stay in the house tonight, just to be safe. You never know.
All right, yeah, thank you, DJ Eddie, right? It's always good to stay safe, in the house as well, too. Or if you go to somebody else's house, make sure that you guys keep yourselves protected, get your vitamin C, AD, and whatever else that you want to call it, and make sure that you stay masked up as well, too.
Yeah,
protect yourself as always.
Yeah, stay masked up because you never know. The things that this thing is flying everywhere, everyone. You have to stay masked up. You have to stay gloved up, too, also. Just to be sure.
And remember, if Michael Jackson could do it for his career, you guys could do it too.
Yeah, so anyways, you can wear those gloves too. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Seems like we're starting to get a little bit more eyes coming into the scene. I know y'all was gonna show up. It's better late than never, right? But let's get to the first topic.
Yeah.
The first topic is right. So we're gonna talk about a truck driver that was sentenced to 100 years. Okay, and we're going to ask, was it fair? Now, I know people are wondering, okay, what is this topic about?
This news was actually in 2019. They just sentenced this man this year.
This year, okay. So tell us, DJ Eddie King, right? What was the cause and the reason why the judge decides to give this truck driver 100 years?
Well, for what we got, So what we got, the story is that the guy was driving reckless. From what the news are saying, they say the guy was driving reckless, and he missed an exit or some type of intersection for only trucks, and he ended up crashing into 4 people. He ended up killing 4 people. So they came down with the final decision, gave him 110 years. So it's just been people out there for the petition, signing petitions to, to let the judge know, hey, this wasn't right. 110 years, I don't think that's right, or at all. This is crazy, But I would think okay, well, maybe it's just 1 people, maybe it's 1 person, 2 people, 3, but it's 4 people. Now that's some hard to think about. 4 people. They said and the guy said, for what we gather is that the guy brakes had jammed. The brakes had jammed. It's not. I don't know if I think it was the company's truck. Yeah, it was the company's truck. The brakes had jammed, and it crashed into these people.
Wow,
that's the story we have.
I have a reaction for it. Now, this one has no commentary to it, but it does have subtitles describing everything. So, I don't even know the young guy's name, but yes, that is what I heard, DJ Eddie, that it did start
something similar to that. Something similar to I'm just going to say allegedly.
Yes.
Similar to
allegedly, yeah. Because the brakes failed. And as a person who drives a CDL type of vehicle, you do have to make sure that you do your pre-check properly and everything is working functionally. But sometimes things just fails, while you are on the road, and it's not your fault.
Right.
But however, the reason why they're judging them so harshly on their sentence is because they said the guy was driving the vehicle at 86 miles per hour. That's over the speed limit. And when you are a truck driver, your maximum speed, especially on the road, is up to 55 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a tractor trailer type of vehicle. Shout out to R. Shaw. He says, hey, can't make it today. Had a previous commitment. Have a great show. No problem,
R. Shaw. You, Dave. All right.
Yeah, salute and blessings. And then we had OG Patrice that came in
OG Patrice, greetings and what that says and solutions.
Salutations, yes.
Salutations. Oh, okay. Yeah. Salutations. Yeah. Sorry, I read it wrong. Yeah.
No worries.
Shout out to OG Patrice.
And then we have K Mary in the building.
Whoop whoop.
And then shout out to Dominique Anthony. Good day, knowledge and relationships. Peace, Chad.
Peace, Anthony. Well. Peace, Anthony.
So definitely appreciate the ones who did kind of tune in. And so I'm gonna play this reaction.
Let's get to the story right here.
Mm-hmm. No problem. And just as a precaution, title, fair use. Okay. Oh, as a matter of fact, I also got to put my little banner up there too, right? So whenever we do these reaction videos, we gotta make it clear that everything that we do is just based off of fair use, okay? Mm-hmm. So let's try to get this video started.
Yes. Let's get going.
Right. Here we go. And keep in mind, like I said, there's no audio to it or commentary, so it is what it is. So. Hold on for a second. Let me hide this real quick. There we go. Fair use.
Yeah.
So this took place in Colorado. Okay, the reduced sentence comes after. And I'm not good at pronouncing this guy's name, so I'm not going to try to do that. But as you can see, this is a young man right here. And this is a truck, so it is a tractor trailer. This took place, the sentence took place on December 13th. The 2019 fatal crash.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then we're gonna stop it right quick.
Yeah.
Because that was oops, hold on. That was a short video anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Let me stop that. Okay. And definitely appreciate it. K Mary says, hit that like button. We appreciate you. We appreciate you as well.
Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah. So, man, but here's the thing, right? This is what baffles me, okay? So, I understand this was an accident, and I think the sentence for 100, they said 110 years, but I think the sentence was reduced to 100. I still think that's a harsh sentence. You might as well just say,
110 years. They might as well just give him life. I don't understand. He's not going to get out to 130 or 150.
Look, man, he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life if that's the case. But over an accident that he couldn't really prevent. Now, I understand that if he had reduced his speed, that would not, maybe the sentence would have been a little bit more fair. But this was a company vehicle. And I feel like the company should be more responsible than anything. But it kind of it goes to show that you got to be careful when you're driving a company vehicle. You got to treat it like it's don't treat it like it's your own vehicle because you don't want to be relaxed, but you want to treat it as if like, all right, carrying precious. I'm driving precious cargo, or I'm driving in a place where there's precious cargo all around me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to do by all means to stay cautious by all times.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And you especially don't be driving 80 miles per hour in a truck like that. Like, of course, of course, you're driving 80 miles per hour and you're pushing on the brakes. Of course, to me, it's going to jam up like that. Yes, you're going 80 miles per hour in a truck that's like over like what? How much it weigh? 4,000 pounds? 3,000 pounds?
No, that's like tons. That's like tons.
Tons?
Yeah.
And you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have a guest that's coming up right now. Let's go. Welcome to Queen Forever 2K21.
Queen Forever 2K21.
One more day. One more day. Your name will drop.
Right.
One more day. Good afternoon, Queen. Good afternoon.
What's up, people? What's up?
How was your afternoon today, Queen? How's your afternoon?
It's beautiful. I slept in, man. I didn't set no alarm. It felt good to wake up and then say, I think I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Okay.
So good.
Right.
Yo, yes. Eddie, you laugh, man. Your laugh is so contagious, man.
Man, I feel you. But Queen, you came just on time. We just talk about a different variety of topics. One of them, we're talking about how this young truck driver sentenced to over 100 years.
110 years. So, okay, if they reduced it, you say they reduced it to just 100 years. That's still a lot. That's still a lot.
He caused a 26 car pileup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, allegedly from what I heard.
Yeah. And then I think like four or six.
Four people
died.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's like, those type of trucks are like bombs. Like they're heavy, like it's not a joke.
Yeah.
When you're driving something like that, that's not you can't just be acting crazy. Like you gotta know what you're doing. You can't be driving all crazy. Like if you drive like 10 miles over what you're supposed to, that's a really dangerous thing, because you got to have the air brakes to stop.
Yep.
It's scary. It's no joke, man. Like you can't, I don't get it.
You're transporting product too. You're transporting a lot of product. You're going at 80 miles per hour, and this truck weighed tons.
He was going 80 miles.
Yeah, 80 some miles per hour.
Yeah, 86 miles.
Yeah, in that truck.
Whoa. He thought he was in a little Tesla, huh? He forgot what he was driving. I guess so. Yeah, I mean, but even that, like, wasn't the bed of the truck must have been flailing like all over the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
from the looks of it was terrible.
Because I had to drive when we moved, one time I had to drive like a U-Haul truck that was, a longer one, and I was freaking out. Like the back of that truck was moving, and I saw it moving to the left. I was like, yeah, it was crazy. And I was on one of the freeways that's notorious for accidents, in the Bay. 880.
880 freeway, exactly.
Yes. So then I slowed down and I just put on my hazard lights, and I was just like driving like 20, 30 miles. Like people were honking. I was like, I don't care. Go around me. That truck was scary. I was like, oh no, I can never do this again.
Yeah, because on 880 freeway is nothing but trucks. Nothing but trucks driving on that road.
And then the cars drive crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, now I know that like the narrative is that he was driving so fast, but suppose if the brakes failed while he was going down the hill. Now at that point, you have no control over the speed. which would be an unfair type of case to try to stamp that on because your brakes. Okay, as a CDL driver, you gotta make sure that you put your gears very low because your brakes could definitely burn out, and if it gives out on you, it's a wrap. Especially going down the hill. Not only you have no control over what you roll, but it's going to be a dangerous crash, like just going down, like. And okay, man says, was he on ice or just super accelerating, lead footed? Now, people are trying to say that he was speeding lead footed. There was no ice around. They say he was just driving fast, and then his brakes just gave out on him. Yeah. So, but who knows that if it happened when he was going, like, if he was going down the hill or was it a flat land? All we know is that he got his sentence, and I don't really think that it's fair. Only because there are some people who recently deleted people. We'll say deleted. Three folks that deleted someone.
Four people.
Four people.
Yeah.
4 people. Okay. Allegedly, it was 4 people that deleted someone, and they haven't even had a trial yet. And I know, usually in this case, no one's going to be sentenced to 100 years. Period. Not like that. So,
well, they had it on camera. They had it on camera showing him driving reckless. They have it on camera.
Oh man.
Yeah. See, that right there is a problem. If they have you on camera driving like that, then you just kind of like put your foot in your mouth. You kind of did that to yourself, and you was going 80 miles per hour. Now, if you ask me, I don't think he should have got that much time. I'm gonna leave this up to the chat. What do you guys think? If whatever you guys think, please put it in the chat or put it in the comment sections below, man.
You know what? I have another video reaction. I think you guys would like this one. So let me go ahead and pull this one up. Okay. And then make sure that we have it on fair use. So in comparison, there is a rich drunk driver got probation while immigrant gets 110 years in prison.
Well,
okay. So
what city is that? What city? Because states are different. The states are different.
Let's see. This might be the Texas or California. This part I'm not really for sure. Now maybe as they play the video, and let me check real quick. Okay. So again, there's no commentary, so there's no need for us to play the audio. But I'm going to play the video, and then you could kind of see what they're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Fair use, everyone.
Fair use.
We can commentate over it. All right, so they said rich people, they're comparing that guy. Rogel. Oh, I can't even pronounce his last name.
Ooh.
But this is how it looks, people. Oh, 28. Okay, hold on for a second. Let me pause real quick, right? So this was a 28 car powder. Wow, so that was really bad than they expected. Oops, hold on.
That is 2013. Okay. No, I already seen that. You ain't got to go back.
Oh no, I'm not going back. Okay. Okay, so he was an immigrant. He said his life been very difficult and sad.
Yeah, I understand. But why? I don't know why. I understand why do people compare certain people from different states? They, oh well, he got this much time, and other people got. Listen, folks out there, states are different. They have different laws. Okay, they have different laws, different rules. It's just like buying a pair of Jordans. When you go to Texas, it's going to be cheaper. When you go to California, it's not going to be cheaper. It's everything is different. Okay. All right, the laws is different.
Yeah.
So folks out there need to stop doing that. Don't compare. Stop comparing people to other people. Okay, the laws are different. That's why they have different sentences. That's why they don't have the same sentence, because laws are different at every state.
So here's the thing, right? As a guy's crying about, like, telling a sad story about his, immigration.
But looking at that, how did he survive?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, reduce
truck drivers and use. So here's the thing. We understand his action is an accident, but then the other person who was driving drunk, I don't consider that to be an accident. For you to be driving drunk, I'm like, that's just being irresponsible. I feel like the sentence should be on them instead of being on probation.
Yeah, this driver right here, I don't think it didn't say anything about him being drunk, but just in general, I don't think if he was a drug driver driving that fast, then that's on you. You shouldn't have been drinking and driving. You hear it all the time. No, don't drink and drive. You hear it all the time. It's not. And then folks out there, they're doing it because they think that it's cool to drink and drive. No, it's not. It's not cool to drink and drive. There's so many accidents. We've had cars go through the people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
We've had trucks going and rented to the lakes. Trucks, people getting drowned in the lake and stuff just by them being drunk. Now that's not cool. That's not cool. Y'all need to stop. Listen, don't drink and drive at the same time.
Exactly. Look, there was an African comedian that recently lost his life because he decided to hang around with a friend who was driving drunk and stupid. And so when that friend tried to pass his brother that was on the road, they ran off the road into a ditch, and the guy broke his neck.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And it's really messed up how life works, where the person who's doing the wrong survives, but then the person who's affiliated is the one who pays the price more dearly. But anyways, that's enough for this sad topic. Now the next topic is a bank manager fired after refusing a black man's check. Now, you're more familiar with this one. No, okay, you're more familiar with this one, DJ.
Okay, so look, what happened is that first of all, for what we gather here is that the check was legit. The check was legit. He went inside of the store, and the bank manager said, "You people always come in here with fake checks." He said that term. You people always come in here with fake checks. And the guy reported it. And when the guy reported it, a few people, so I was told allegedly that they had it on camera, so the police was able to watch it, to look at it, and for some reason, they agreed to it. They said, "Oh, okay, so this is what happened." Okay, and the bank manager had got fired, because the guy was talking about suing and everything. He was talking about suing. He was talking about suing the whole company, everything. So the bank manager, at that point, I don't know how long it took him to get fired, but he got fired after that. He said that you people always come in here with fake checks. That's what he said.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Korea, have you heard about that? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I'm going to say quick.
Oh, you heard about it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There was actually one video where there was a black man trying to cash his check, and I think his boss came. His boss came to the bank and was like, "What's the problem? This is his payroll check. Like, cash it." And they were giving the boss a problem, and he was like, "Let me speak to your manager."
Yeah.
So I know sometimes when I go to the bank, and there may be a check with some serious overtime on it, I get dirty looks. I get looks like, okay, like from the managers, may not be the teller. The teller usually asks me, "What do you do?" And I'll tell them. But like I'll get dirty looks, and they, they try to play it off. They was like, "Oh, hi, Queen, how are you?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they was like, "Okay, we just need to verify." I'm like, "Do what you gotta do,"
Yeah.
But they kind of stare at me and go like, "Okay, what you doing with this kind of check?" you know. But it's from a legit company, like the company I work for. Their name is on it. Like it's a payroll check, so it's not one of those like personal checks where someone writes you, so they can't fight it.
Right.
But they
Right.
sure look at me crazy.
Right. And when I had cashed the check, that like the majority of the time when I cash the check, they'll go and make the call to the company to make sure that the check is good, and all that. That's supposed to be the new laws around here. I don't know why, but I don't know if they're doing that in your city where you at right now. But
When I go to when I get say like they messed up on my payroll check and they cut me a different check, it's still the company's check. It still looks like a payroll check, but I have to go to a different bank.
Yeah.
And when I go to that bank, they call, but they're usually very nice. Like I remember I went once and the manager was like, "Oh, hi, nice to see you." And I started cracking up because I'm like, I've never seen him before in my life, but he thinks all black people look alike. So I just played along with it. I was like, "Oh yes, how are you doing? Good to see you. How's the I saw a picture of a family. I said, "How's the family?" He said, "Oh, they're great." Blah, blah. Like we just had a conversation. I never met this person, but because they think, some people think all black people look alike, I just played along with it. And he was like, we have to call and verify. And I said, no problem, go ahead. He was like, okay, we verified. And I was like, okay. He said, well, have a great day. Is there anything else you need? I was like, no, tell them, have a great weekend with your family, blah, blah, blah.
Real quick, you guys, I have to shout outs to Miss OG Patrice, Mr. Billy. I can't pronounce your last name, so I'm sorry if I say Billy Bicon and it's not right. And then we also have to shout outs to Uncut with Daryl Long.
Daryl Long,
yes.
What's
up,
on?
My brother? how's everyone doing in the chat? And
Daryl, man, I'll be watching your videos, Daryl, man. You be having me rolling, man.
Daryl be out here surviving, man. I'm telling you. Hey, we got Brittany B up in the chat too. What's up, Brittany B? How you doing, sister?
Happy New Year's, family. That's what they say. Happy New Year's to you, Brittany B. I'm surprised you. I'm surprised you up right now. I'd be thinking that you still sleep.
So look, anybody that would like to join in, especially like you, Miss OG Patrice, I would love for you to join in to get your perspective as well too.
Miss OG Patrice, hey.
Because I'm for sure that you probably will have like a lot to say about this. But I do have like an article that's been posted in video. So I would definitely share that real quick and hit the share button and then go back to, as usual, fair use.
Okay.
But I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to read this part.
Okay.
Actually, you know what, Queen? Would you like to read this part for us? Right, highlight the ones in the chat. Let's see. Can she hear us? Queen, are you able to hear us?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Just a little
OG Patrice, hello. How are you? Good afternoon.
What's good, fam? What's good? Y'all already know I was going to come up and give my little perspective on things. Interesting conversations.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And it's so good to have you on board, Miss OG Patrice. I was hoping to see you soon,
Good to be here. I am preparing for later on. I'm going to get out for a little while. Got a little party to go to. But yeah, just wanted to stop in and show love and support, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I definitely appreciate it.
Hey, Brittany B, you better inbox him.
Yeah, I don't know where Thrasher at. I don't know where he at. I haven't seen Thrasher in a minute. I don't know what's going on. Thrasher, where you at, man?
Well, it is the holidays.
B. Shout out to the chat. With Darrell Long. That's my nephew. Shout out. Salute.
Shout out, Darrell. Yes.
Yes.
Blind guy, their wife, family in the building. Look at everybody pulling up.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I'm appreciating this love, man. Like, look, I posted a link up. If you ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join up, feel free to join up so we can just have this open discussion of topics.
Yeah.
The panel is now complete. Yes, it is now complete. Thanks to Miss OG Patrice and Queen 2K21 until next year.
That ball drops.
Right. Queen, you mind read this article real quick?
Sure. The head of the U.S. Bank is now apologizing for what is being called a classic example of banking while black. Wow. After a customer was accused of fraud and put in handcuffs while trying to cash his paycheck. As of 5 investigates first reported this week, a U.S. bank branch manager in Columbia Heights called police to report a possible fraudulent check and a suspect posing a threat. Joe Morrow's check was real, but police body camera video shows the manager didn't call to verify that fact until after Morrow was in handcuffs. Yeah, he should be fired, and he should be listed and not being able to be a manager anywhere. He used his power to discriminate and cause a lot of trauma and stress. He doesn't know what that black man's been through. He don't know if that would have been a trigger. He don't know if he would have had a mental break. He don't know anything. All he knows is that there was a black man with a check that he found to be too much for that black man to have. And he didn't do his job and call to verify the funds and the check. Right. That's all you have to do. It's a quick phone call. So he didn't do his job. Forget about the man being black. He didn't do his job. And now he's caused that branch a lot of bad publicity.
So does anyone know how much the check was?
That part I'm not for sure.
They didn't really mention that. They didn't mention that. But did the bank manager get fired?
Yeah, I think the bank manager. Well, yes, the banker did get fired.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is a U.S. bank. Okay, so Columbia Heights, is that in Maryland? That's what it seems like.
Do you have
Maryland?
It sounds like somewhere on the East Coast. Hold on for one
second.
East
Coast or Northeast. I want to say it's Maryland. It seems like I heard of that before. I'm not by my computer, but I was just curious because I think I heard the story. I see you got that article from the Young Turks, and I like the Young Turks. They are a news commentary. I follow them on
me too.
On social media. yeah, they pretty dope. I like them. Yeah. So I was just curious as to how much the check was, because I do know, after a certain amount, the check has to be verified. I mean, all checks have to be verified, but when there's a big check, like say like $5,000 or $10,000, it has to go through a few extra little whatnots and stuff. I know I cashed a check that was pretty big, and it took me about. They had to call the company. They had to do the verification, take it through all kind of stuff, and I was patient, but
sometimes
it looks
it's
like
not
to
even
me
that much. It's sometimes it's only like 2,000. It just depends. Yeah,
it definitely looked like to me that they did a little extra for this guy. Like they did a little extra of kind of stereotyping and profiling him as a black man. I mean, I've heard stories of black women that walked in with big checks as well, and they were treated the same way at banks. That's just not the natural protocol of things. I understand that you have to do certain checks for certain for certain amount of money. I mean, what's his name? That guy that does the master class, the black guy, what's his name? He does no, he does like the real estate guy. He had 2 incidents. One, he went into Bank of America to withdraw a large amount of money out of his account. He's a millionaire. The black brother that can't think of his name, that do the real estate, and they took him through a bunch of rigmarole, and he was like, I'm never banking here again. Give me all my shit. I'm taking all my shit out. Like, why is it a problem when a black man he was like, yeah, I got an account. I've been had it for years. It's a problem for me to draw 100,000 cash out, because they pretend like they don't have that much money, on hand. Come on, you're a damn bank. Like, stop it already. Yeah, so it's a different type of treatment a lot of our people get when we dealing with large sums of money, unfortunately. But this branch manager definitely needs to be fired, and they need to do proper training to the whole staff. Actually, in my humble opinion.
Well, they did say that the check was legit, so maybe it wasn't too much. I don't think it wasn't that much money, but they said it was legit.
Right. So then, if the check is legit, why all of that? Why all the problems? That the brother had. Why was it a problem if the check was legit? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it doesn't. Exactly. Do your protocol that you have to do. I understand that as banking procedures, but all the extra stuff, like, and the extra treatment that a lot of African Americans get, and people of color get treated. That's the part right there for me that, because you wouldn't treat our white counterparts that walked in the door with that same amount of check. It will be a different scenario.
Mm-hmm. I would say, I'm gonna say this. Everybody,
what's up, Mr. You know?
What's going on? Everybody, welcome to the Knowledge Relationship Stream. I got to step out for a moment. I just want to step in real quick, but I will be back. You know what I mean? I want to give a shout out to everybody in the comments. Billy Bashan, K. Marion, Brittany B. I see you. You know what I mean? Who else in there? Blind Guy. What they called? Blind Guy. Their wife, their life. Shout out to them as well. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm sorry if I haven't. Blind Guy, his wife, their life. There you go. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in there. Shout out to also our Sean Dave. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here. OG Patrice, great to see you. You know what I mean? Queen, good to see you as well. DJ Eddie King, what's going on?
Yeah.
Baby?
Yeah, what's going on?
You know what I mean? I gotta run and get my grandma my lunch real quick, but I will be back. I shall return. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, shout everybody out real quick.
All right.
All right, no problem. All right.
Three.
All right. So.
All right.
All right, before we go to the next topic, I'm thinking to myself, right? Well, somebody in the comments is insinuating that it could be more of an age discriminatory rather than a racial discriminatory type of thing, because they're trying to say that what the person's trying to say is that it seems sketchy if a young kid came into the bank with a lot of, not cash, but with a huge check. Now, I get the part that you could anybody could feel kind of sketchy, but to me, I don't know. I mean, what you guys think?
Okay, so what was the age of the man?
See, that's the thing. The person in chat is saying this is like a young man. Now, for me, I don't even know how young is the guy. I have to do the research myself to take a look at the person's face. I haven't seen the person's face yet. DJ Eddie, I know you know more about the topic than I do, but was it a young person or was it like a person that's around our age?
It was a person that was around the age. It was around I think it was in his 20s, like 27.
Okay.
Right, 20. Around that, I heard something like that when I was watching the news.
Oh well, sure. That's not too young. That seemed like a person that's already established in his prime.
But that doesn't matter. I mean, as a bank manager, you know the rules. So it's not about what the person looks like. It's about the check.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a personal check, you just follow the protocol. All you have to do is cover your COA or what is it, CYA, cover your behind. You know what I mean? Just do what you need to do. Just call and verify. That's it. But all that calling the cops and putting them in handcuffs, then calling to verify, that's where you went wrong. You could have, even if he was racist, nobody would have known. No, it wouldn't have been blown out to this proportion if he would have just did the steps. Right. You can have your biases, your thoughts, or your views on other people. All you have to do is do the proper steps, and that's it. Yeah. Nobody would have known what you think. You would have kept your job, and that's it. Yeah. The problem is that he called the cops.
He exposed himself.
That's the problem. And put the boy, and then the stupid cops put him in handcuffs without even finding out what happened. That's the problem. So you called the cops because I'm a black person with a check. So a white person can walk in with the same check or another race and no problems. No problem.
Oh, to Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's 23. The check was $900. What? Goddamn! I thought
He was 23. Okay, 23 years old.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, okay, like the check was going to be that humongous, like that huge. What the hell? A $900 check?
Yeah, I was way off.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That was a little bit more to that. If I would say, looking at it, 23, $900 is not a hell of a whole lot of money to be going in alarms about. As far, and I get it, I know the banks got protocol, but like Queen said, do your normal protocol that you would have to do for anybody else. Be courteous. You understand, and no one would have never known any difference if it was taking a little bit longer. You're supposed to come back and say, I apologize, it's taking a little bit longer, but we have to run extensive check to make sure that your check is going to clear, whether we have to call the name of the bank on the check or your job that the check is from, just to verify, because that's protocol right there. It's okay to say that and let the young man know. And if it's taking a little bit longer, I don't think it would have been an issue. But the whole police thing and the handcuff thing, now that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's when it became problematic.
He exposed himself when he did that. Especially when he came out and said, "You people always coming here with fake checks." He said that.
Oh wow! Not the you peoples, not the you people. Now see that right
he said
there.
That.
The you people. Listen, when they say you people, you already know where they're going with that, meaning you black people or you N-words.
Yeah.
I have a problem when they do the you people stuff. Yeah.
Now see, I gotta find the source of that so then I could read that part. But one thing that caught my attention was somewhere down below in this article. It says, and it was looking at the check and they started staring at me. And I'm already knowing what they were thinking, that the check is fake. Now, I wonder, has he had been through this situation before? Because I know, like I said, when people give you that look, you already know, like, look, something just doesn't seem right. They're taking a pause. But why would you think that the check is fake? Is it the way how they're printing the check out that make it seem like it's fake? Because he said he worked at a 12-hour shift at a grocery distribution. Okay, so he's trying to cash a check that's already been distributed, that's been handed out to him. So that's my thing. It's like, okay, I don't really get that part of why they would even like think for that to be fake. Usually when your company hands you your check, you have the company stamp, the signature, you have all these certifications that let you know that this check is definitely legit. So I think it's more to it. But if you are accurate, what you just said about the you people stuff, then
I'm about to put the link in the description. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, hopefully, like as I dig into this article a little bit more, we could kind of find a quote unquote when they talk about you people. But that's how you could kind of really solidify that yes, this is what they're doing out of racial intent. Man.
Yeah, the link is in the description, y'all. If you guys want to see it, it's in the. I just put in a link in the description in the chat.
Yeah, if they really said the you people stuff,
I
got
the video right here. Yeah,
no need, and yes, get the likes up, everybody, right?
Yeah,
and as always, like this is for fair use, everyone, fair use.
Okay,
and
let me read it.
For him for getting sued. Okay.
Yeah, let me read it. He said the manager, he came over and said, "Joe, your check is fake," and I said, "What?" Morrow recall, he said, "You people always coming in here with fake checks."
Oh yeah, that's definitely a
Uh-huh.
problematic statement right there in and of itself. You people always coming in here with fake checks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's what he said. There it is, guys. There it is.
And he gave him the "You People" speech.
Yes, he did.
Okay, Billy, there's no way out of this one. You know, I mean, look, it's definitely clear to me that this is well, he said, okay, but probably he's racist, but what if he had fake checks 10 times every day for 10 years? Then the statement would be valid. But are you saying it's justifiable that, or are you saying it's okay for bankers or bank managers to tell us, you people, even if our people were the ones to kind of cash in fake checks, or the other people cashing fake checks, do you think it's very professional and appropriate for any person working on a company to call us "you people"?
Right. Right.
And fake checks times 10 every day for 10 years, that would have been caught. They would have been caught that. The way it's pretty much an ironclad system now, how they check checks. Then nobody's gonna let checks go through for that long and not catch it. So there's just no way that statement that comment he just made even makes sense.
Right.
Nobody's gonna get away with cashing checks, walking in the same bank for 10 years,
right,
and cashing fake checks without them catching up to them at some point.
You know, yeah, there was another case where a black guy came into the bank. And he was trying to open up an account, and they told him to wait. They told him to wait, sit on the couch and wait or whatever, whatnot. And all of a sudden, the police come in and said that he was disturbing the customers and stuff. The manager, who actually told the guy to go sit down, we'll get to you in a minute. He called the police and said he was up to no good. The guy had his ID, social security number, everything. He wanted an account. He wanted to open up a bank account with them. And that's right. Also another story. This has been going on for a minute, even now, including in California. This has been going on for a while.
Yeah, Billy Bashan, I don't think that he meant black and white when you're saying "you people." I don't think that "you people" is normally a very racial statement that's made about a specific race or group of people. So that it's not a you talking to you standing there talking to a young black man, so he probably meant all you young black people or black people in general. The problem, and I would have to ask, what race is Billy Bashan? I like, honestly, he sound like he might be he been or a Billy Bashan. Are you playing the devil advocate here, or what is your race, if I may ask? Because just for you to even ask that question, now I'm like kind of curious.
Billy Bashan might be a banker himself, though. So it's like Banker Lives Matters, right?
Yeah, exactly. If he don't mind, like, what is his race, or does he work in a financial institution? Like, why would you? I'm just curious to why, as he would even make that comment.
Well, he says, I'm just easy triggered by reverse racism. Okay, reverse racism. Okay. All right.
He's easily triggered by reverse racism. Okay, but he's still not telling what's his race.
Right.
Because Bashan is French. You could be black or white.
42
because we got,
white.
If he could be a black French from Canada, or he could be a white French from France.
There he is, right? He said he's white and he's 42. You 42 years old?
There you go. See? There you go.
Okay.
Yep, that's what that would explain why he's making the statement. But no, Billy, if someone said to you, "you people," how would you wouldn't take that as a racially motivated comment?
Right, because for example, Billy, I could just say, man, because I know you white too. I could say, "You people always come in here talking smack,"
Exactly.
You people, So
yeah.
See, I'm pinning Billy Bashan. I'm pinning Billy Bashan. I knew it said Canada.
Canada, huh?
You're a Canadian. Okay. Hey,
hold up, what, Billy?
Canada, man.
Hold up, what, Billy?
You know what?
Come up on the panel, Billy. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I really would like to know more, like seriously, on a serious note, though, why do you feel that, I don't think you think that was a racially motivated statement. Please join us, sir.
I would love to, though. Yo, man, look,
shout out to Canada, man.
Canadian, look, I ain't tripping if you're black or white, Billy, but if I knew you were a Canadian, I would have had my Canada shirt. I've been in Canada once, and it's definitely like a good place, though. I love it. And shout outs to Tim Horton Burgers, though. And also shout outs to the Blooming Ebony, because she says
Ebony, what's up?
Yeah, she says that's a possibility. Billy, how you pronounce his last name again? I forgot. Bicon or something? Beacon.
Bashan.
Right? She said it's inappropriate and discriminatory either way, but was it specifically racist? We probably will never know. And then she thought the same thing as Billy, just playing devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm. And to me, when it's the you people, she either say, like I said, it could be taken as racially, it could be taken as sexist, it could be taken as age discriminatory. So it ranges in all those things, right? But for the most part, if someone of a white counterpart is saying that to someone of a black counterpart, is probably more racially motivated than age discriminatory, because he's 23. So what, you going to discriminate at, somebody's too young? I could see if it was an 80-year-old coming in there, or something, or a 90-year-old, then maybe I would say, maybe it was age discriminatory, but nah, I'm not buying it. I wish Mr. Bashan would join us on this panel. I would love to have a conversation with him.
Mr. Bashan, man, you want to join us, man? You want to join the panel, man? It's the link. The link is out there. Whenever you're ready, man. Whenever you're ready.
I really would like to hear his perspective a little bit more, because the reverse racism. And Mr. Bashan, what is reverse racism for you? I would love to know that as a white man. What do you think? I gotta go get snow, but what?
I don't know what that means.
You didn't complete the sentence though. Like, I gotta go get. Hold on, we could complete the sentence for him. Let's see. I gotta go get snow, but
he'll
stuck in
there it is. Right. He said, what do you think happened when I walked through ATL East Point? Your black kids pointed a gun at me. Same in Newark. Is that what he says? Is that what he said?
What he said? What do you think happened when I walked through ATL East Point? Your black kids pointed a gun at me. Same in Newark, New Jersey.
I think that's what he said.
I think that's what. Okay, so you're saying, as a white man that walks through in the ATL in East Point or in Newark, New Jersey, black kids are pointing a gun. You know what, Mr. Bashan? I think they will point a gun at a black person too. How about that?
Yeah, we had that treatment too. I had a gun pointed at me, and by a white guy and by a Hispanic man. So I mean,
I think that they would look at you, probably as if it's an all black neighborhood, and say, well, what is this white guy doing in an all black neighborhood? That suspicions will definitely be there. Of course, absolutely. And I do believe that, you will possibly get a gun pointed at you, but so would a black person that they don't recognize comes in that neighborhood too, as well. It would be the same reaction. I don't think that that's a racism thing. I think that's just a hood mentality thing that black people have in the urban community.
Right.
Right. Let me read Chris's comment, because she says it could be motivated by class as well. I didn't think about it, but that could be a possibility.
Class. Class, and class. Blooming Ebony. It depends on how he looked to them, how he was dressed, or whatever, and they judged him based off of that. That's very true.
Yeah, I feel like we get discriminated based off our status more than our race. Probably true. I said I look like a Fargo character.
You look,
Okay,
Okay.
you
be
look
right
like
back.
a character from Fargo.
That's what he said.
I remember the movie Fargo, so yeah, definitely.
And then for anybody that would like to join, I'm going to post the stream link again, so feel free to join in. We're gonna get to like our next topic. Well, before I get to this topic, OG Patrice, are you familiar with sports or
We'll get to
do you
sports
know?
later. We got OJ Patrice here. We'll get to
Yeah,
sports later.
you know what? You know, let's scratch that part, right? Actually, we can save that topic for
Another
future
time.
topic. Yeah. So I'm gonna delete that real quick. Bam.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get to some juicy stuff.
Yeah.
Now, excuse the grammar on this one, but we'll break it down to you for a bit. Black folks want to cry about Obamacare, but the middle class are the ones paying for the poor people. Reason why we posted up there was because a lot of black folks, they always have like a lot to complain about. Some of them, and they'll say like, well, Obama, like he's the one who provided like Obamacare and this and that, and you got black folks that's complaining about like Trump. But the thing is, who really did more for the American people, really? And we understand about Congress and all these other people who are controlling things behind the scenes, and not everything gets passed through. And so the thing is, whenever like we have these arguments with black folks and we're saying, well, what did Obama really do for the American people? Yes, he was like a cool, calm, and collective type of president. And yes, he gave us Obamacare, but that's all what we can really think of. But the thing is, how does like the Obamacare really benefits the middle class when we're the ones who are paying for Obamacare? You know what I mean? So I want to know what you guys' thoughts about this.
Absolutely. I mean, when I would have conversations with the middle class, especially your middle class white people, that was very upset about the whole Obamacare. Because at first, when I asked them, I said, "Well, what is the problem you guys have with Obama? Like, what's the problem?" They would go, "Obamacare." That was. I said, "Well, is that it?" Because at the time they couldn't think of anything else except for Obamacare, and it's because it was hurting them on the tax wise, but it extended like the period for people that had underlying health conditions or college students that had issues could the parents could still have their kid on their health insurance. So it helped in a lot of ways, but it hurt the middle class working people, as far as the taxes. So that's why they had a problem with Obamacare. Now,
okay.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to, what Trump did for the American people, I absolutely think he did more than Obama did. I hate to say it, but it's sad, but it's the damn truth. I mean, the unemployment rate was plummeting when Obama got in, but then it plummeted even more towards during the 4 years for Trump, and Trump actually did give more funding to people of color. He definitely gave it to Hispanics before he left out of office. He signed a multi-million-dollar bill for them, for their communities. And also he was going to give us Black people the $500 billion Black Platinum plan. He was going to do that for us before he left the office, when he was, when he had conversation with Ice Cube. But our people couldn't see past our feelings of thinking he was more racist than what he was going to do for our people. He talked a lot of smack about the immigrants and all of that, but look what he did for the Hispanic community before he left out. I mean, when you talk about two of the lesser evils, y'all already know both Biden and Trump is racist. But if you want to talk about two of the lesser evils, really, Trump was the lesser evil. And I think that's the problem, that Black people, we missed the boat with that. We totally missed it because we was too much in our feelings about a lot of shit that he said. But guess what? He said a lot of shit about his own race of people, Hispanic people. He said a lot of shit about people in general. I think he was more of an asshole than anything.
Yeah,
honestly, I really do.
Yes. Yeah, I can respect his assholiness.
He talk about his own people too. You know, let's not forget about that. He talk about
the white trash people that voted for him. He talked about them like a dog. He talked about the immigrants. He talked about Hispanics. He talked about Asians. He talked about every damn body.
Everybody.
Exactly.
This has been the same guy before he became president. This has been the same guy talking shit. Okay, before he came
same guy. I didn't like him before he came president. I didn't like him when he was president. But when you got to and listen, and I'm just gonna be real about this. I agree with him on his policies regarding immigration because it was going to affect the American everyday working people over here. And then now you got Biden talking about giving these people who come over here illegally with nothing, and we've been born and raised here, blood, sweat, and tears, worked here our whole life, but he want to give the immigrants $450,000 each.
Woo.
Each.
That's a lot.
$450,000 each to somebody that ain't never lived here, worked here, died here, slaved here, sweat and blood and tears, and worked for anything here.
Right.
I'm sorry, but I agree with the policies. I agree with a lot of policies Trump had. Don't get me wrong. I did not vote for him. I did not even vote for a president. But I'm just talking the people that was talking to two of the lesser evils. Those are the same people that couldn't see past their feelings.
Yeah.
Because Biden is just as racist, if not more racist. But people didn't do their research on Biden when he was senator in Delaware. He was a large major part of that criminal reform with the Clintons and Kamala Harris, that whole 3 strikes program and all of that put a lot of black males in prison for nonviolent offenses like selling marijuana, which is now legal. And talking about integration and not wanting his white children to go to school with black children. But see, we didn't do enough digging on Mr. Biden because we was too much caught up in. And then he told us, "Oh, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black." Now that's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Right.
But we got mad for a hot second because he said that. But then we still, but Trump is racist. Trump is racist. Yeah, we knew Trump was racist, just like we knew Biden was racist.
Right. Okay.
but are you going to vote for the racists that's saying, well, what do black people want? What do y'all want? I'm willing to sit down at the table. Tell me what you want. I'm coming up with a $500 billion black plan. Black people, what you want? I'm willing to sit down with Biden. With Ice Cube. But what you want? Tell me what you want. But we too caught up in our feelings. And then when Ice Cube talked to him, we want to cancel him. Don't sit down and talk. Who the hell we gonna sit down and talk to then? We got to be at the table to talk.
Yeah.
To get things in place. But then you got Biden who told our people, well, we'll talk about reparations and we'll talk about things like this once I'm in office. He's in office. Hello, Biden, where you at? So our people, yes, we got it wrong. I don't listen. You can say what you make your mouth say anything, but if you can get something out of him, and he would have been that president that would have given us more than Obama did. Let's be real. Obama denied reparations. Okay. He didn't want to be a part of it. And neither did Kamala. You know why? Because neither one of them qualifies for it based off of their own heritage. They don't qualify.
Woo!
So we missed the mark. We absolutely missed the mark.
Yeah, it was like what 80% of the blacks voted for Joe Biden. Is that right, M3? 80%.
Yeah, 80%. Real quick, shout out to Krista Bloom Ebony. She says she has to go. Great convo. Have a great show. Happy New Year and happy blooming. Happy blooming.
Okay. Happy New Year.
Blooming.
Yes.
Happy blooming.
Yes.
Abby.
Thank you for tuning in. There was something I was going to say, right? So do you believe that Trump tried to make America great again out of good intentions. But were we the ones that stopped him from happening? And then also, I need to reply back to Tyson Casey because he says he was a fan of Trump until he started pushing those dangerous jabs. But that wasn't really Trump pushing it.
That wasn't Trump pushing it.
Yeah. He was actually against that. And I guess I say allegedly, but really, he was literally actually against that.
Yeah, he sure was against it.
The president is the one who's really, really trying to push it.
Yeah.
And push our rights away as
well, Exactly. And take our rights away, damn near dictating. Listen, this country is damn near becoming a dictatorship.
Yeah.
Okay. When they're trying to tell you what to do personally with your body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's wrong.
It's almost like taking your choice away.
Now that it's getting, they're making it worse. And now that they're looking at how many people is taking it, how many people did not take it. So the more people are not taking it, the more they're going to push it. They're going to say, okay, well, you know what? They can't work until they take this jab. How about that? That's what's going to get them up in the morning to go ahead and just take the jab. Then they can go back to work. What else are they going to do? And that's how they're pushing it. That's how they're pushing it. And then if that don't work, they're going to say, well, we're just going to make it mandatory. And then after that, we're going to send the National Guard. We're going to call the National Guard. We're going to send the army to every homes. We're going to make them take it. And I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen.
That's what it's coming down to.
Yep.
You're absolutely right, King. You're absolutely right. That's what it's coming down to. Like literally, because they already making phone calls to people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They making phone calls. I get this persistent, like automatic dial from like the health something, whatever, for whatever state that you in, because they literally know by who's vaxxed and who's not by the people that got the cards, because they have that number on there. So they're calling the people that they know that are not vaxxed and trying to hurt. Did you get your vax yet? And all that. I just hang up and like, miss me with the bullshit.
They didn't get the jab yet.
I'm telling you, that's how deep they are. That's how deep they are. Like they literally, and let's be real. It's gonna come down to it. Eventually, it's gonna come down to you can't even go to the damn grocery store and get groceries.
And the creepy part about the whole thing, right? It's always like these folks. I think they're called. They start with a C. They go to everybody's house and say, "Hey, did you sign up for our program?" I think it's Caesar or Censor or
the census.
Something like that. They go to everybody's house. Something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They go to everybody's house to have us sign some type of form, and we'd be like, "Well, what do we have to?" Well, it's just you telling us where you live, and things like they didn't really even get into details. So I'm like, what is going on? Maybe they're trying to set us up to try to track everybody down who hasn't taken the jab. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they want everybody's information so they can make sure where to find you.
It's like a census, absolutely. Because the census counts your household, how many in your household, what's the age, what's the race, yada yada. Yep. So they will break it down like that, and then everybody that has what's up, nephew? Everybody that has the everybody that has the the vax card, the number, that's how they're gonna locate you, by that number. By the census that you fill out, how many people in your household, so they can break it down to how many have it, how many don't, what's the age group, what's the race group. That's how they gonna break everything down. I'm telling you, they already making phone calls now. I'm telling you, y'all, they on my ass, right? They calling me. I just hang up. It's like a robo call. It's like, I'm like, these people, oh my God. Because see, I already had C-19. Then when you go to the doctor after you finally get your clearance and you now negative, and then they look, the doctors have to take note of all of that and give it to the health department, so they know that I'm still not vaxxed. They know I still not have taken the jab. So that's why I'm studying getting the calls, y'all. I'm telling you, this is real.
They calling me too. They've been calling me every single day. I don't even answer the phone calls for them no more. I'm like, I'm cool. Now they trying to get my doctor involved. My doctor just tell me, like, listen, don't even answer the calls. Don't pick up. Don't respond to them. But my doctor is the one that told me not to take it. I'm not gonna mention her name, but she the one that told me not to take it.
Right.
She said, listen, all you have to do is just eat better, eat healthy. It's like
keep
when
your
you
immune
catch the
system
flu.
up.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
Immune system up like you do it, with anything else. And that's what I've done, because when I did have it and I went there, it was like, man, your immune system is really strong though. I said, because I got a year head start of taking things to build my immune system up. So mine wasn't that bad, as just it was just like it's somebody that had taken the jabs, you know what I mean? So I'm good. I'm good on that. You literally gonna have to twist my arm. I mean, literally knock on my door and twist my goddamn arm. Okay.
right. And listen, now they got it in the grocery stores now. They got the jabs in the grocery store to where, people got to come in and they can take it if they want to take it. They used to have like flu shots. But now they have the jab up in there now.
Exactly.
Now you have to go in there. They got it almost every grocery store out here now.
Everywhere. Because eventually they may say you either gonna have to get tested right there on the spot before you can walk in this grocery store, or either you're gonna have to start with your vax. It's literally gonna get that serious, guys. I'm serious. I really feel that way. I mean, look what New York is going through.
Yeah.
They so tight on New York and locked down on New York. They're not even playing. The beauty of living in Arizona right now is a very conservative state, and these people, they don't give a flying F. They was like, I'm not wearing the mask, you're not making me, and I'm taking the jab, and F you, and you're not making me.
Right.
Baby, it's some stubborn people.
Down in Arizona.
Yes, and look, and even the company that I work for, they ain't tripping. They like those that do cool, those that don't cool. So I love it, because you're allowing me to have my freedom, have my right to choose to, if I want to. You know what I mean? So they just say, hey, as long as you show us proof that you are C-19 negative, we good to go. And all of us are working at home anyway, and there ain't no telling when we gonna go back into the office and be regular or normal again. It's a new normal that's coming, and I believe that organizations are adjusting to that. They're realizing that people can work from home.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of breakouts, because I had a couple of appointments coming up, and they told me they called me and said it was canceled. They said it was a C-19 breakout. Do not come up here. They said this is recently, like a few days ago. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. I don't know what's going on. It is. It's getting worse.
It is. It's crazy in the ATL. It's high in it was another state. Somebody was telling me it was high. I forget, but I know for sure the ATL, it was real hot. And the numbers are starting. My mother was telling me the numbers are starting to climb up again in Chicago. So yeah.
Oh, the numbers are starting to go up in Chicago. Oh,
yeah, they starting to go up in Chicago.
Patrice, that's where you're from, Chicago?
Originally, yep, Chicago, yep.
Chi-town.
Crazy. Chi-town, Southside, Southside, Inglewood, Southside, Inglewood.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Salute to all my Chi-town people, man. Chicago Realers.
Shout out to Chi-town, man.
Yeah, Yella, he's from Chi-town as well. Well, I'll just say, Chicago. Especially you, Miss O.G. Patrice.
Okay,
the black guys watch this. These social pressures are crazy. Let it be the people's choice, because we're looking like
Arizona without all the regulations.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Arizona, they ain't having it. They ain't having it out here. They like, you ain't mandating nothing. So it's up to the individual business owners and companies as to how they want to do it. And believe me, most of them ain't having it. They like, we ain't gonna force our people to take the jabs if they don't want to. And I actually like that. So now I appreciate that with Arizona. Now if the government try to come in, and put pressure on the state, then that's something different. But these people here, they are fighters.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Do you guys actually believe that this is like airborne though? I'm starting to believe that this is airborne. That's what I'm starting to believe. Instead of catching it by touching something or touching someone, or I'm starting to believe that this is airborne because I know a lot of people that stay in their house. They don't never go nowhere ever since this thing happened, and then all of a sudden they end up getting C-19, or they end up catching it. I'm like, man, I don't even go nowhere, man. How did I catch it? I'm like, man, I believe it's airborne to me, and if it is, that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm. I believe it's airborne too. I remember the day I caught it, who I caught it from, and exactly why. When I had just got through performing, come off the stage, I'm unprotected because my mask is off, and I see an old friend. I'm sitting at the table trying to catch my breath before I put my mask on, right? And I'm sitting at the table. He comes over to the table. He don't have a mask on either. I don't have my mask on because I'm trying to breathe. And he literally is about maybe only 1 feet from me because he's sitting at the same table from me. Now I'm away from everybody else for that very reason of protecting myself. But for that 5 minutes that I was unprotected, and I held a 5-minute conversation with him, literally being maybe 1 feet or less apart from me. He gave it to me.
Oh man.
Yep. So definitely from him speaking to me, with me being unprotected, that's how I caught it. And 3 days later, and I knew because I come right home and I ain't been nowhere and been around nobody else. And then all of a sudden my throat scratchy, And as soon as I called him, he said, "Yep, I have it." I said, "You gave it to me." Man. I knew right then because I knew I hadn't been nowhere else. And he actually ended up giving it to like 4 of us that day.
Oh man. 4 people.
Imagine that multiplying.
Man.
Yep. Someone recently got the I'll just call it the poison, and it spread it throughout their whole entire family within a week.
Within a week?
Yeah, and we lost OG Patrice. Hopefully,
OG Patrice, what's going on? Oh, what happened?
She must have got disconnected. You know what I mean? Look, you know about those officials. Wait, she's coming back.
There she go.
All right, there we go.
Okay, yeah, there we go. We almost lost you.
Yeah. My phone, it knocks me out when my phone rings sometime. I don't know why, it's weird.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So within a week though, M3, within a week?
Yeah, within a week, like it spread like a wildfire, dude. And it's definitely not no joke. I mean, I'm grateful that at least most of us kind of survived without having it yet. Like I said, it's bound to happen that anybody's gonna catch it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I believe
it's like too. How it just depends how your body reacts to that. Now, other private doctors will say that the more vitamins that you have, certain vitamins that's in your body, your antibodies, something like that, will be able to fight it better. But my thing is, okay, if you don't mind me telling like a short story.
Go ahead.
Like, I only had the flu once in my lifetime. And that was probably like a few days after taking the flu shot. Now, I used to take flu shots maybe once in a while, like it's nothing. But that last flu shot I took, it made me very sick. Yeah. And I was like out for like a whole entire week. Like, look, I ain't gonna lie though. To me, I feel like that was the best flu for myself because I lost like at least like a good 15 pounds or so. You know what I mean? But and I need to lose some of that weight anyway at that time. But the point is like it wasn't that pleasant, taking that flu shot and catching it. I never took the flu shot since, and I never really caught the flu. Even throughout the flu seasons, I may have common colds, and because I have allergies. But as far as with the flu, I haven't caught that, and I knew that before this whole pandemic stuff. How do we used to call it? Not pandemic, but whatever. The whole atmosphere started. They was going to mandate those flu shots anyway. I don't know if you guys if you knew that, but they was going to have jobs to mandate that anyways. So the fact that now you have a new poison that's in place, you haven't really hear people talk about these flu shots anymore. They're more focused on what's currently out there, and now that's the big excuse to push that narrative where it's like you have to take it, otherwise you'll be exiled. Or you won't get paid. You won't get fired. You won't get paid. You're gonna lose like your house. Like it's gonna be to a point where it's like as long as you live in a certain state where you're fixated, you feel like you're stuck. Like it's just gonna get bad until like you take it. Now, overall, will you have any future side effects? Will alter your DNA? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really think so. And it would be funny, like if it doesn't really affect us anyway in the long term. Yeah. But the fact that you have the power to try to force us to take something against our will, that's the part that's scary. Because
that's the part I have a problem with.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And to each his own, but like you said, with like the flu shot, mandating that as well, and kind of putting the pressure on, certain people with underlying health conditions, elderly, things of that nature. And I get it. Like I said, I had a conversation with my mom. She's a senior, so it's like, okay, Mom, I understand the reason why you want to get it. I support that, whatever you want to do. I am concerned of long-term effects because vaccinations, flu shots, and things of that nature have been known to cause autism in children. So like my concerns of things like that, concerns me when it comes to my grandchildren. And you know what I mean? Cause long-term down the line, I have a couple girlfriends that swear that once they got their children vaccinated, their children were normal. They were born normal. And after they were vaccinated, it caused autism in two of my girlfriend kids. That's what they honestly believe.
Oh, wow. Okay, when you OG Patricia, when you had the
C-19.
See, I'm gonna say jab. When you had the jab, not the jab, but the poison. When you had the poison, what was the first thing that because I was told that when people did catch it, somebody told me that that there's the sense, like the smell went away, and I don't know. I think the taste or the smell. I don't know if you
both
experienced
actually
that.
Both eventually go away. So for me, like and I caught the Delta, right? So I knew based off of the symptoms that I had, I knew that it was the Delta. So for me, the first thing, like I said, 3 days later, my throat was like really scratchy. And I was like, okay, maybe it was from performing. I hadn't performed since like before COVID. So I was like, okay, maybe my scratchy throat, maybe I'm getting hoarse or, whatever. And I still had my taste and my smell. So it was no thing. It was just a scratchy throat. And then the cough started. I said, okay, maybe I'm catching a chest cold or something. So I went and get, some medicines, some cough medicine, some cough drops, some tea, And then like maybe 5-6 days later, that's when my taste and my smell just went away. And I was like, okay. And I went and got tested. I said, okay, I got it. And I knew. And I knew right then. And I called a boy and I was like, because I knew I hadn't been around nobody else after that. And I was like, okay, I called him. He was like, he had it so bad because the Delta caused diarrhea. He had it so bad. He told me he was in bed with a doggone freaking like one of them adult Pampers on. He had diarrhea so bad. Look, and I was so mad at him. I told him, I said, I don't give a damn if you it all over yourself. God damn it, you gave it to me.
I'd be mad too, man. Like
I was so mad when he told me that. I promise you, I did not care. I was like, he said, well, if it's any consolation, I have to sleep with an adult diaper on. I can't hold my bowels. I said, I don't give a if you get all over yourself.
Man.
He was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like, man, listen, come on now. Y'all, I had been traveling in a hazmat suit when it first came out. That's how serious I was. When I had to get on the plane, I was traveling in the hazmat suit. That's how serious I was. And it was like, as soon as I let my guard down for 5 minutes and have a 5-minute conversation with somebody without a mask on, boom, it happened just that fast.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
So wait a minute, that didn't start kicking in until the next day, or what? Did it happen the same day?
For me, it was like 3 days later.
3 days later. Okay.
You know what was really interesting? This is what happened to me. And shout outs to Sherelle.
Shout out to Sherelle.
See you on the chat.
Shout out to beautiful one, Sherelle.
You know, I look like she's just waking up this afternoon, so I definitely understand because you know, half of us we was at Just Kaya's like
y'all was on Kaya platform until the wee hours of the morning. I was like, Kaya woke me out for like 4-5 days in a row. I was like, I'm chilling from her. I'm not coming up on that panel.
Yeah, that's why we had to delay our live stream because I was like, oh man, I need like a little bit more sleep. I was tired for real. Like, that's one woman that look, I cannot contest. Like, she is nocturnal for real. I cannot hit.
She can stay up, man.
She made me feel
you know, when she was a nurse, she was used to working at like 11 to 7 or 7 to 7 type of shift, you know. So she's used to being that night owl.
Yeah, she's used to that. Okay. Well, that's why.
Shout outs to the night hours because you know, we need those during like, you know, those late nights as well too. So the ones who are as well, insomnia or whatever, the ones that can't sleep.
I'm saying when she get off, she do not get off until like the next day.
One time like I fell asleep and then I woke up this morning and she was still streaming. I was like,
yes.
Look, last night, early this morning, like around 4 in the morning, Brittany B came in and said the same thing. She said, y'all still up?
Yeah. Listen, she did me like that too. And I did that. That happened to me one time with Before the Billions too, because, you know, he be having them 10, 12 hour. He told me he working on a 24-hour. Listen, let me tell you one time with him, I was on there with him for like 4-5 hours. I said, y'all, I'll be back. I went to the grocery store, got dinner, cooked dinner, ate, fell asleep, woke back up, and he still was on. I said, y'all, I said, y'all too much. Y'all too much.
The ones that live like in the East Coast, their time is like 3 hours ahead of us. So I'm like, man, y'all some late nighters though. So ever since when we start our streams at 8 o'clock Pacific time, we know it's like we've been getting a lot more traction. So that's when I learned for sure. I was like, oh, okay, y'all like the late.
Exactly. But I actually like the late night streams too, like that, because I think everybody else is pretty much kind of done with doing their streams. Yeah. So then everybody done chilled, they done ate, they done relaxed, or took a nap or whatever. Then they come back and they log back on and say, let me see who on, you know, and they get back on and you guys be on or just be on or somebody be on and they just hop on.
Be on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me finish my story real quick. So at a time, one of somebody that I can't even say the location, but let's just say it was a fixed location where I see this person 5 days out of a week. All right, because I can't shout out the place or whatever, but the person she had the poison for the first time, and I will say like a few days later, I woke up this morning, I had like a sore throat, and my throat was closed up, and I feel like I couldn't really breathe that well. So of course I panicked, which makes things even worse. And I was feeling like numb around my hands and my legs and all that. And what else? And I was feeling like a headache. So I was thinking like, oh shoot, like, dang man, like I think this person like hit me with the with the poison. Even though I still had room to make a joke and say like I think she hit me with the poison while I was on the phone with her. But I called the vice nurse because I really believed that I had got it. And this was like for like 20 minutes. So I'm thinking, oh man, I think I'm about to see the light. I think this is time. Like, but I don't want to go out like this. You know what I mean? So when I called, I wanted to like, get tested or at least get treated if this was the case. And the advice is going to tell me, well, if you believe that you got the poison, then you need to stay home. We can't bring you to the hospital. And I was so mad. Yeah,
they will tell you that. Yeah.
Oh, I told you that, huh? Right?
No, I'm saying they will tell you that because I played the game. I actually played the game with them and told them that's what I had. They told me, no, you need to stay away from us. you can't come here.
And boy, I was so mad, bro. Everything went away instantly. The sore throat, the headache, the whatever I had right at that moment. I was so mad. I was so pissed at that nurse or whatever. Like everything just kind of went away. And I was like, yo, damn. I'm like, if that's the cure for that, man, like, I guess I got to be more angry next time, but it was just weird. I felt like for once I had a little taste of that.
That's how you can get away with that when it come to 12. You could be driving one day and 12 probably pull you over and you be like, officer, listen, I can't give you no ticket right now. Get away from me. I got the virus. I'm on my way to the hospital right now. Oh, okay. You know how fast they gonna get that car? They gonna get out of there. I'm telling you, they gonna get out of there. They not taking no chances, no nothing.
You're right. That might be a good way to get out of a ticket or speed or whatever. Like no, I'm on my way. I think I got it. They're gonna be wanting to get the heck away from you. So you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah. We had. I thought we had another topic. M3. What was the other topic?
That was pretty much it. We kind of drifted off, but the main topic was like, did Trump try to make America great again out of good intentions? But did we? Was it our fault that we stopped him from
making that happen?
Yeah, from making that happen. So yeah, I guess we didn't really cover that part up because we kind of drifted off into that. But this is pretty much the final topic.
Well, I was told that he was going to run again or try to run again. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Dang, I don't know.
I think we definitely played a part in it.
Yeah, we definitely played a part in it.
We played a part in not making it, stopping it from happening. But I mean, do I think he had good intentions? I think people like him, that he's sort of like has a narcissistic personality, right? Mm-hmm. I think that at the same time it was going to benefit him, it would have benefited us overall. But as far as intentions, I think it would have been more for the greater good of himself first than anything. But if we could have got any piece of the pie, we should have definitely not stopped it from happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So shame on us, for missing that mark.
Yeah.
Because a $500 billion black platinum plan for Black America would have definitely easily opened the door for reparations to be on the table.
Easier, exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
It would have made it easier for real. Like, so that's why, and with the setback coming out of the Trump administration of him denying it, and then now Biden, it's the last time it came up with Biden them was he was trying to incorporate more Native Americans in on it as well, and ADOS is like nah, because when they got theirs before, they didn't incorporate black people. When the Japanese got theirs, they didn't incorporate any other race. When Germany got theirs, the Jews got theirs, they didn't incorporate any other race. Why? So why do when we say and give something specifically for us, you want to incorporate other race of people in it? No, they had nothing to do with it. Their ancestors didn't build this country.
Yeah,
and a part of the land that they owned, and for their atrocities that was against them, they received a huge sum of reparations and still getting it right today. got their own land, got their own money, still get checks every month. So we wasn't included in that. So why, when it come to our race, it has to be other ethnicities want to be involved in it? No, we're saying to give it to us. Period.
Right, right. I gotta give a shout out to Black David, the Canadian-born Nigerian, and Miss Ochi. She will be back.
How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
Very good, my brother. How are you? Thank you for tuning into the show.
I just woke up just a while back ago because I stayed up till like almost 1 o'clock until my wife bullied me. So, oh, you been up all night? I said, what's the problem with that?
Yeah, he was on the Jess Kaya show, I think.
I was on the Just Kaya show before I went to the Bernard Rally podcast. I watched it for a while, watching on Uncle Stu while he was dropping some gems, some history gems, which a lot of people don't look into.
Yeah, definitely.
So I respect Uncle Stu. I call him my elder, even though he's older than me, because I have to have respect for people older than me who've been there, who see stuff what I did not see yet.
Right,
so
right.
we were taught that way. So I'm a humble dude, and I pay both for a price whatsoever.
Yeah,
I
shout out.
appreciate that, Black David. I've seen you on other platforms, and I think I saw you on Just Kaya. And I'm an elder. That's why I got the nickname OG Patrice.
I respect
So
that.
I appreciate you even saying that. So respect to you and salute to you for saying that. I appreciate it.
Ain't not a problem. I'm a humble guy. I could be real funny sometimes.
So look, when you see us with the red eyes, you already know we came. We just leaving from Just Kai's live stream. So
yeah.
Yo, kind of caught me off guard with some of the riddles. I was like, "This girl gonna break my brain." So I'm trying to look at it at the nerd way. Like, what you trying to say? What the riddle's all about? Like, can I use logic on this? I realize there's not much logic I can use on it though.
Right. So Black David, we was talking about the last topic for about Trump, and actually that was like the main topic, anyways. Which probably let a lot of people hear. But did Trump try to make America great again and have good intentions? But was it our fault that we stopped it from happening? We kind of already gave our answer already, but
oh boy.
That's
not even a loaded question. That's like a shotgun loaded question.
Oh, okay.
Let me explain why I say it that way. First and foremost, a lot of people don't know the history of Donald Trump for who he is and what he is. Living in Brooklyn, New York for more than 30 years, I had to learn the history about who he is through his real estate property, through his comment, through the stuff he does that ticked up a lot of black community within New York City. For example, Central Park 5, a perfect boiling pot when 5 young individuals were accused of raping a person. After several years, they had DNA tests to prove they were innocent. He still considered them guilty. And we know physical evidence proved otherwise they wasn't there. And they got the original person who did it. He didn't care. The Atlantic shopping mall district that he had in Atlantic City, New Jersey, the casino, where he said black people cannot touch this money. The property having Corny on it, whereby anyone black since the 1970s, I think 1960, 1970, applied to live in an apartment. They put C, I think, color people. They don't want nobody color in their building. So you see these things that happen long before you get into office. If you see the rhetoric, what he been saying, what he been doing, you start to question it. Is he trying to make America great again, or something that you're trying to do? This man was constantly investigated long before he became president. And anybody from New York, he didn't know his story left and right. Anyone outside New York City don't even know what the hell is going on. Because kind of like, we New Yorkers, we know who Trump really was from day one. Anyone who's not a New Yorker have no clue. So we New Yorkers, we're looking at the whole country like, are you kidding me? This guy pulled the rug over you guys' face. Like, For real, for real. Okay, his policies. When you look at his policy, who was it benefiting? Forget what he
So
said,
David,
what he
so
do. Yeah.
David, can I say to you, because I absolutely agree, everything you're saying about the history with New York and especially the Central Park Five situation, you're absolutely right. And he did not want to apologize when they were found not guilty. I agree with you 100%. Do I think he's an asshole? Absolutely. Do I think he's racist? Absolutely. But would you say, when he was in office and running against Biden, and when he was wanting to sit down and talk to Ice Cube, and when he was willing to sign a $500 billion Black Platinum plan for Black people, would you say that it would be fair to say he would have been like no other, like any other white president that have absolutely did nothing for the Black community, and he was willing to do something at that time before he left office if he could get the Black votes to Black to vote again and say, I'm going to give you this Black Platinum plan before I leave, but I got to be confident that I'm going to have the Black voters behind me, and then we can come to the table and even talk about reparations and anything else for American descendants of slaves. He was willing to do that, and that was more than Obama, that was more than Clinton, that was more than the Bushes, any other president that we ever had. Would you say, and even in all of that, that would have been more than any other president ever did for Black people if we would have got on board with him and had him sign that $500 billion Black plan before he left office?
How would I say this? Why wait till the time for the next election to do such a thing when you could have done it early and garnered a whole lot more support for the Black voters? As a white man would say, why play? Let me dang it in front of your face. I'm trying to do this for you. So since I'm going to do this for you, you got to do something for me. Is that how a leader's supposed to act? I look at things on the much bigger picture because there's a lot of things he could have done for while he was in office, which he didn't do. Roland Martin interviewed Ice Cube about that same initiative that he was talking about and put IQ on games what was really going on behind closed door. Because I grew up in a, let me play this. I'm not gonna sidetrack much away. Let me play this. To be in a family whereby they let a lot of strong people in high places back in my country in politics. Yeah, they be working for government, how to run for office whatsoever. I see these things when I was a kid. I see it again in people play and come to politics. That's when I came back, I had an issue against politics because it's funny how people use politics at the mean for their own hidden agenda, just to play people emotion, play people mindset. So as I watched what's going on, I had a problem with it. I started to look into it more into myself. So when I see Donald Trump do what he did, yet I cubed a celebrity. That man used to be surrounding himself with black celebrities long before he went to office. And even when he entered over the way he was acting, he was losing a lot of his black celebrity friends because people find out who he really is. They didn't realize they were being played the whole time because he liked to use people to garner a reputation and say, oh, he's approachable. He's this, he's that. But if you're not careful and observe the guy's true instinct, true behavior, you will realize he's playing you for a fool. So when IQ had that initiative, yet the initiative wasn't as detailed you think it is. He said he gonna sign this. Why not sign it now and prove that he is what he is? So we didn't have to vote for Joe Biden, we don't vote for him instead. Why you gotta say, you know what? If you vote for me, then I will sign this. Why it gotta be that way? Explain
And
that to me.
I get what you're saying, David, totally, and you're right. But you
Because
know
when
that
you hang around a lot of wise people, they'll tell you something. Be careful because if you don't understand the motive and the intent that the person is playing, it's like he trying to tell you, if you want me to help you to do this for you, you got to do something for me first.
And
That's
that's
how.
how it always been in politics, unfortunately. And I agree, you're right. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
But he was willing to do it before he left office. And that would have made all the difference to set the tone for once he was in office to open up to do more. So now we got a president. Listen, we got to remember now when Biden was running, Biden didn't even want to have the conversation until after he was in office. Trump was having the conversation before he left office and said
He had
that he signed the platinum plan before he left office, the same way he did the Latino community. He gave them hundreds of millions of dollars. Even after he talked all of that stuff about the immigrants, he gave that to them before he left office. And I understand that there is that's just the mentality of politics. I worked the Obama administration when Obama ran. I wanted to be a part of that history. I voted for that man twice and he disappointed us because he made promises that he didn't keep once he got in office. Trump
and
is
this,
saying, I'm in office and I'm going to give this to you before I leave office.
Right.
That's the difference for me
I'm
right
glad
there.
you meant. I'm glad you
Right.
mentioned
Right.
Obama because Roland Martin warned us ahead of time about that. This is why I
Mm.
follow it. Let me play this. One of my uncle back in Nigeria was a journalist during the dictatorship in Nigeria, where he do nothing but write and publish the truth. And I watched my uncle do what he did, and I see the passion. Why did he risk his life in a country where you got so much dictatorship and you're working for a newspaper company that published the truth what these dictators are doing to it to the point they shut it down? They were threatening his life, but he could care less about it. He said, my job is to be a journalist. I have an integrity as a journalist to look and search for the truth and put it out there. So when I see Roland Martin do what he was doing, at first I didn't think maybe he was serious. He was giving out warning like, don't let the guy deceive you because even though he's black, if you don't hold his feet to the fire, he will leave you guys behind. This man been mentioning all these things several times old over, sorry. And I learned the thing in Nigeria. When a person is giving you a warning and it's not popular about this individual because everybody think you're going against him, and not realize he's letting you know this guy intention is not the same intention you guys have. If you don't hold his feet to the fire, you just let him slide, he will take advantage of it. That's what's really happened. I voted for Bernie Sanders. You know why I voted for Bernie Sanders? This the man during his young years was getting arrested fighting for our own freedom during the time of Martin Luther King Jr. And I saw his picture. I'm like, wait a minute. That guy was using Martin Luther King Jr. playbook for the longest, for 30 years straight consistently. No one peeped game on that. Like, why the guy keep speaking the way he be speaking? I prefer Bernie over Joe Biden. I was literally pissed to hell off when a lot of these black folk from the South choose Joe Biden over
Hmm.
Bernie Sanders. I'm like, are
Hmm.
you
Yeah, I was
freaking
pissed.
I
I was
kidding me?
agree
pissed
because
too.
I was leaning towards Sanders. Sanders dropped the ball when he just did not come into the black community and
I,
and,
I
and, and,
get
and
that. I get that, but who was surrounding him? Because I know what you were doing. Who was surrounding him? Here what the problem is. We got certain people who in these campaigns with these candidates when they're not telling them, you know what, go here, go there. There was the time Bernie Sanders was doing it long before he ran for office for the president. He was going around the country. Yes. What that woman from Michigan, I forgot her name? Black
who?
sister. Nina, what her name? Nina something?
Nina. Where she run for?
She was trying to run for Senate. And I think it was Michigan. I'm not too sure. She was a firecracker who don't care who you are. She was telling people off on CNN at one point.
Hmm.
She was hard.
Mm.
But she was one of the only black people who was pushing the Bernie Sanders to go this direction. I'm not sure if she told him to go to these neighborhood and the people in the campus said, no, 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 don't go there, go here. That's what's the
I, I
thing.
I I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her last name though, but I
Her
agree
first
with
name is her
your
first name is
sentiments
Nina.
about.
I remember who she is because her name always pop up. She now work at the Young Turks, another YouTube media, who have been calling out not only the Democrat, but calling out the Republicans.
Mm-hmm. I
Is
know who you're
it
talking about.
Nina Turner?
There you go.
Yeah.
Nina
Yeah.
Turner.
Nina
Okay.
Turner.
Because
Yeah.
I question these things because William Martin first started his news program back in what? This is 2021, 2019, almost about 3 years ago. After he left TV1 was not trying to have no more news media. BET don't have no news media. The own like all these black focused network had no news media. Why? Why is that?
Yeah, but you
No,
gotta.
no, I know. I'm just trying to connect everything together because if we're not being informed of the
But
games
you
that are being
even have to
played,
be careful. You have to be careful of the Martin, what do you say, Martin Rowland of the world too, because he's definitely pushing the Democratic agenda, which have gotten black people nowhere. I'm sorry, it just happened.
I know what you're saying because when I watch most of his program, he's not like pushing to vote for the people that is supporting your agenda. He's not saying vote for the Democrat. He's not saying vote for Republican, but vote for the one who really fighting for your agenda. He said if you vote for Joe Biden, he said it several times over before he entered office. You better hold his feet to the fire.
But black people didn't do that. Black
That
people allowed
that
him to say, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
and he
Black people would rather see Cardi B talk to him than to get somebody up there that was gonna give him the challenge and
and
answer
that's
the
what
Right.
pissed
questions.
Roland
Like
Martin
Right.
off.
they
Right.
dumbed us down as a community, and they
Yeah.
threw Cardi B up there of all people that didn't know the right questions to ask. They could have even got a political analyst to give him specific questions. They didn't even think to do that
You know
as
what
a
pissed?
part of her
I'm
campaign.
glad you said. You
So
know what pissed off Roland Martin? He said the same thing you said. He said they put Carter B up there. They got Charlamagne the God up there, and we have black owned news media that you could have come to. We can ask you the hard questions, but you dodge us.
Mm.
You literally dodge us. He was pissed. If you go back to his channel, look for that video when he called out, why in the world that you think Cardi B shot him in the God? But we have real folks, real people who will put your feet to the fire and ask you the hard questions that many of us were not even going to ask you. Why are you dodging us for?
exactly.
Mm.
He called out Pelosi several times over. We have been trying to call you to come over here, but you ignore us. Your people try to play us for a fool.
Yeah. I just
I live in New York City for almost more than 30 years. I see the game people play in politics. Now, when it
yeah,
comes to a black news reporter coming, and you to ask you a hard question, what do? They put you to us. They put you to the side.
but
So my,
again,
but my
like
thing is
I
this.
said though, still say what you want about Trump. I am telling you, Trump was the closest one that was going to
Yeah.
give black people what they want before
Yeah.
he left the office. We are really missing. We are dodging that because we're too much in our feelings about a lot of f shit he did to, and I get it.
My
But to
thing,
give
I
you
wasn't in my
something
feeling.
is better
I
than
wasn't in
to
my
give
feeling.
you
I was
nothing.
watching what he was doing the whole time, the first
Plus,
4 years.
he listen. He like that to everybody. I don't know why people can't see that. He's been like that since the
He
since the
said that
beginning.
about he said that about white trailer trash. He called white trailer trash people.
Exactly.
Listen,
Exactly.
he called Latinos the ugly names. Like let's be real. Like
Yeah.
he's not a fair across the board when it comes to any of them. Don't get me
I
Right.
know
wrong.
that.
I don't have to twist it. And I definitely had a problem with him not apologizing for the Central Park Five. I think that for me, that was kind of the icing on the cake for me, the reason why I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him, but I damn sure didn't vote for Biden. Biden is the one that
I,
didn't want
I
his
didn't
kids
vote
to
for
go to
neither one
school
of
with
them.
you.
Right.
Biden is the
Right.
one that was a major part of the crime bill with the Clintons and Kamala Harris that locked up a lot of black men and women, especially black men, for nonviolent crimes, giving y'all 20 and 30 years for just
Yeah.
marijuana, shit
Yeah.
that's legal right now.
Yeah.
I think we
Facts.
really missed
Facts.
the mark when it came to Trump. Like if we could have got out of our feelings, we could have got a lot more because he was willing to talk to anybody. Steve Harvey, Ice Cube. He was like, "What do black people want? I'm willing to give you more than the black president y'all voted for that didn't do shit for black people."
And I get that.
Uh-huh.
I get that. But here's my
Uh-huh.
thing. He said all these things. Now me, I could kill that by Donald Trump. I could kill that by Joe Biden. I didn't trust neither one of them. I did not.
Right, but
But
David, when you
certain
got
things,
it, when
no,
they,
certain,
when you kept hearing our community talk about two of the lesser evils, we missed the mark. Trump was really the lesser evil. He really was. I'm just saying.
Hello, can y'all hear
I,
me?
I,
Yeah,
I,
we
Yeah,
can hear you.
Hold
I get
on,
what you're saying, but at the
hold
same
on,
time,
hold on, hold
I
on,
want
hold on.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hold on, sir. I'm
I
sorry.
hear
I'm
you.
sorry. Okay, can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
I
to
just
hear
want to
you loud and clear.
yes, I just want to welcome Black David. Black David, glad to have you here. Salute to you. Again, OG Patrice, good to see you. M3, what's going on?
what's
DJD,
up?
what's
What's
going
up?
on? Listen, in the comments, with Sean, please keep your comments respectful. Okay, do not insult our panelists or our guests, or you will not be on here. Okay, please be respectful. Thank you.
As I was trying to say earlier, I look at what the man doing in the office and how he handled his job. One of the most vital things that made me hate him more is the fact that he endangered the whole country. Let me explain why I said that. During the two term of Barack Obama, there were 4 potential pandemics that could have been worse. They had it under control. I'm not saying he did it, his people helped him get it done. They put in a playbook and created multiple offices all across the globe to be careful and be mindful about the biohazard issues. There was a branch being made in China. She shut down the pandemic off in 2018. Then 2019, when COVID-19 came to existence, he heard about it first before it came out in the news media. He shut that one down. Come on here, say it with the host. When Ebola was going on crazy and people were cutting out Barack Obama about it, he had that thing properly contained. It didn't spread out and go quick. Ebola, the way it operates, it literally will kill you on the spot if you're not careful. Only one woman in Africa able to survive the Ebola crisis. Everybody around her just dropped dead. That tells you how dangerous that thing is.
Mm.
So when this man removed the protection that put to protect us from this pandemic right now, that not only the United States, but the country around the globe, and you brush it off like it's no big deal, this man almost died. Literally almost died in the office. I
Shots
got a
might be in the way.
problem. I got a problem with that. And
Mhm.
I don't care what you do, but look at what your policy, what you're executing, and see how you conduct it. That's why I will ask myself, are you a leader I will trust with my own family and my own livelihood? No.
I get what you're saying, David, but
This is
again,
not, this is why I do what I do. I say what I say. I don't look at this moment. I look at the big picture. I analyze everything. I take my feeling out of the equation. I look at the
exactly.
policy he put out. So I don't vote by emotion. I use my logic and my reasoning.
Hmm.
Mm.
My
So
best
do I.
choice was nothing but
And
Bernie Sanders. Joe Biden was never my best choice. He
I,
was
I
my
agree
worst
with,
choice.
with I agree with the Sanders more so than the Biden. I agree, but I'm talking about once Trump got in office, I actually aligned with a lot of his policies. Like I said, the immigration policies, because those were the things that were going to affect us if we would allow all those immigrants to come over here and take jobs from the American people that were born here, raised here, bled,
I
sweat, tears here. You
Yeah.
understand? Like,
I
and then
get that question.
and
Yes,
now
sir.
we're having Biden that's saying let them come over here. Plus, we gonna give them $450,000 each. I have a problem with that as an American citizen that have
That
worked here, born here,
I'm glad
raised
you
here my
said that.
whole life.
That I'm glad you said that was kind of stupid on Joe Biden, but when he said that, I was pissed when I saw that too. But here's the thing about the immigration job. I'm an IT guy working in the auto industry right now, and I speak to a lot of folks who are working in manufacturing industry. Do you know the people that run these factories, run these farms? When you have employee coming to work incompatibility, either they were too high or too low whatsoever, they had no choice to remove them. You know what they do? They find a low pay worker to take over their position because you know why? They wouldn't get paid less to get the job done. Who's working on the farms to pick up our crops?
Mm.
Who's doing the crappy factory job? I did a factory job in Secaucus, New Jersey, for a company called ZT System during my beginning career in the IT field, whereby they were paying these Mexican, these Latino people almost next to nothing to help them build servers, PC on the conveyor belt. When I found out how much they were getting paid way less than what I was getting paid. I'm an IT guy. This what I do. This what I went to school for to be do for a living. They didn't go to school for and they were told what to do, what not to do. We'll pay $5 to $5.50 an hour to work on the assembly line to put server together, PC together, working long hours while we were getting paid more than them. They would have cut off month to become a permanent employee 3 months. They thought find us out of the way. They thought to get rid of us. But they didn't get rid of the Latinos who were getting paid less because they were killing themselves to make a living. Corporations have been using underground tactics. I was a security guard on a construction site where one
Yeah, and
foreman
then
told me
Trump was trying to cut all of that out.
no.
Yeah.
Trump was doing that already himself, pretending he
Yeah,
trying to cut
but
all of
once
that.
he became president, he was cutting all of that out.
He got
He was
he
absolutely
got
cutting all of
no
the slave
he
wages
got
out.
busted.
Yeah, he was cutting a lot of stuff out.
He was cutting a lot of thought to affect other people, but trying to cover his own track. When they found out he had people who have not had their paper for many years, working on his golf cart, working in his facility in other locations, he quickly fired
I
them.
remember
But
that.
they were been there for years. Think about it. If a foreman told me it's cheaper to hire 3 illegal immigrants for the price of one union worker, you know how much money they made hiding no information?
How much?
Man, you be surprised. $11 for one illegal immigrant, instead of paying you $33 for one workers.
Mm.
Mm.
You
I
Wow.
know
get
why?
it.
Do you know why they had all these protests on a lot of construction sites saying that these people not telling the truth what's going on? A lot of the construction sites in New York City have a lot of illegal immigrants doing the work that the union workers supposed to be doing because they're doing it for cheap.
And that's more the
Donald Trump,
reason why Biden want to keep the system that way.
Donald Trump was doing
Mhm.
that for so long that the people that he fired were they fired them the moment they start doing investigation on his own property and find out he have workers doing the same exact thing. And the person who caught guilty, what they do? What they do? Get him. I don't play that game.
David,
Be
I
tramp,
understand
be
what
I
you're
know, be
saying, and
trampled all across,
listen.
be trampled all
All of
across
them
the board.
are crooks, right? We've been knowing that. All of them are crooks. They've been crooks for years. He's not. He hasn't did no more than the Bidens, the Bushes, the Clintons, and any other. They all are crooks. We know that, but we have to look at the bigger picture when it comes to
And that's what
policies
I
for
was,
our people.
and that's what
That's the
I
only
was
thing I'm
doing.
saying.
That's what I was doing because I was looking at that. But at the same time, say if you put the policy, I hope you're following it. Like you're playing a hidden game, you're not trying to hide your hand and trying to play it for a fool. I wouldn't go in by emotion. I'm going by what I'm observing,
So
what
are
I'm
we getting
seeing.
played for a fool now with Biden being in there?
Right now,
Yes.
what all your civil yes, you are getting played, but what all these black civil rights activist groups or these organizations that have been here for far too long, why they not holding his feet to the fire? Well, I might say you take the same thing.
Because
Don't
those
let
are the
this,
ones who supported him, and they
don't
had
let
an
the
agenda as
black
well.
organization who have been here
Again,
long
they are
before.
all listen. When you're talking about the NAACP, the
Hmm.
CBC, which is the Black Caucus, and all they all have an agenda at a part of that system, right? That supported Biden because they all got a big chunk of it. It serves them a purpose. So they're going to lead Black people down the road that they think that is going to be best for them. They're going to dangle the carrot. They're going to dangle the shiny object that we always get blinded to. And that's on the pretenses of when they get in office. It's never on the pretenses of what they're going to do while they're in office, which is what we had with Trump. We had more of a chance with him than we ever is going to have with Biden. Biden is in that office now. In his first 100 days, he gave that certain community their law, and that other race of people their law. We have listen. Trump was even willing to sign the Emmett Till law. But look, Obama didn't even do that before he left. But Trump was going to give that. That would have been the first Black law for Black people to protecting Black people. The Emmett Till law. Trump was willing to sign that.
Yeah.
But wouldn't no Black people come to his side at all? This man was willing to do this before he left office.
He should have done it.
Why do Black people have to always get promise of when they get in office, and then they get in office and they do absolutely nothing? That is the difference.
Right.
Let me tell you.
We all know they crooks. We all know they self-serving. We all know that. They've been cheating on taxes. They've been hiring illegal agents forever. All of them have.
Right. And that's why I say when they want only organization that holding these people to the feet to the fire. They call Black Vote Matter. Black Vote.
Oh, Black Vote.
Yeah, they're the organization that's going around making sure Black people get their voting right.
And that was all an agenda push towards the Democratic Party.
Even though that Black man, sorry to interrupt. I gotta do a quick shout out to Lucky Marie. Everyone, click on this link so you can subscribe to Lucky Marie's YouTube channel. She will be having 2 lives come up for tomorrow and for Sunday. And Miss Ochi Patrice, are you going to be featured in her live this Sunday?
Yes, I will. Shout out to my niecey Pooh, Lucky Marie. I will be there supporting her on Sunday. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, come over, show her some love, show her some support, and please like and subscribe to her page. I got you, girl.
Yeah, she does a lot of trading too. So definitely check it out.
We'll definitely be there to support you, Lucky Marie. We got you. You know what I mean? Thanks for dropping in, sis. You know what I mean? If you want to come up, the link is in the chat. Please come through. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna join the conversation real quick. I think that, when it comes to politics, we gotta understand politics was not designed by us or for us. Okay? So that's where we have to start. You know what I mean? This is not our politics. These are politics that was created by people who did not care about us at all. So when they wrote all those amendments and constitutions and rights and all that, none of that was made for us. We wasn't thought of. We was an afterthought. We was born here for free labor. So I think we just got to start there. You know what I mean? So when you working for a system that was never for you, you can't be surprised with the results. You know what I mean? It's like you're basically working for your enemy, literally. So if your enemy has created a system that is there, and all they do is throw you little trinkets, or they throw you little resources or money, then what do you think is gonna happen? You know what I mean? So I think the biggest thing is that no matter who we put in there, we gotta understand it's all a game. You know what I mean? It's a game that's benefiting, those who they want to benefit for. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because when you try to question them on the law, they always find a loophole, right? They always find a loophole because they wrote the law. You know what I'm saying? So they're always gonna be able to find a loophole. If I write something and I make it, I'm gonna always find a way to make you entrapped in it because I created it. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna allow it to benefit you if you're my enemy. You know what I mean? That'll be dumb of me. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not gonna show you no support and no love. So with that being said, I think we got to get to the point where we politic ourselves, like Tupac would say. We got to politic ourselves, man. You know what I mean? We can't wait for them to create procedures for us or create a government for us or create anything like that for us. That's not gonna happen, and that's not gonna work. We tried that already.
So 84. So 84. But what happened? But what happened with the Black Platinum Plan, and the reason why that proposal even became a issue is because of what Black people was going to Trump with the agenda and saying, hey, we need A, B, C, D, and E. So, okay, Trump and his administration say, let's get a Black folk a little something, something. Because if I can give them a little something, something before I leave office, maybe I can get them on board. So he came up with the proposal. For the 500 Black Platinum, it was a document. It was documented. He was willing to sign it. So somebody said, oh, he could. It's just talk until, okay. If you got something staring you, a proposal staring you in face in black and white, and now it's time to sit down and make the deal. And he's saying, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna write it, and I'm gonna sit down at my desk with that pen, that special pen that all presidents have, and I'm gonna put the Black Platinum Plan in the office for Black people. I don't know how much more you want than that.
But see,
exactly.
It wasn't just talk. He already had the proposal. It was already written. He was ready to sign it.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said something about it's just talk. Yes, it's talk, but at least he had it in hand saying, sit down and talk to me about it. And if it's things that need to be amended, changed, omitted, whatever, let's talk about it. And then I will sit down and I will put pen to paper.
OG Patrice, if I may say this, OG Patrice, I don't mean to cut you off at all. If I may say this, please, if it's okay, may I say something?
Absolutely.
Okay. I was gonna say that basically, remember, Trump said he wasn't a politician. We gotta remember that. He always said that.
He's a businessman.
He wasn't a politician. You know what I mean? So I think that's what stuck out the most, is the fact that he wasn't a politician. You know what I mean? And once he said that, you know what I mean, he was willing to basically do what it took to, you know, make show that he wasn't a politician, and he angered the politicians. You know what I mean? They were angry at him. That's why they try to get him on that case or whatever, which he did do some stuff wrong, but you know, that's how their type of people move. I'm not gonna say, and it's not even about race. I'm talking about as far as class. They move in a certain way, they do certain things that's not right. They touch women inappropriately, some of them. That's how they move. We've seen that countless times over and over and over again.
With a lot of business.
Yeah. To answer K. Marion's question, you know what I mean? What it looks like is that we take our money and resources, right? You know what I mean? And we start using it to benefit ourselves. Of course, we still will have to buy things that are a part, you know, of the system, you know what I'm saying, or a part of the beast. But with that, we got to use that, you know what I mean, most of our resources and our money to buy up land, to buy our resources, you know what I mean, to basically do things to empower ourselves and empower our people. I think the problem is that we don't do that. And also, here's the thing: we gotta understand this is a game, and in the game you gotta learn the rules. You know what I mean? If you learn the rules, you know how to play the game. You know what I mean? DJ Eddie, I know you want to say something, man. Please go for
it. No, I was trying to wait to what OG Patrice finished. I was trying to wait till she finished first. She was on a roll at first. She was on a roll.
I was just gonna say, you know, I agree with 84 because of what my experience taught me working boots on the ground for the Obama administration. I saw how politics work, guys, from the inside.
Yeah,
I saw it from my own eyes. I was in the office. I saw the checks come in. I saw how they purchase the politicians that they want to put in place to get the laws that they want changed. I saw the freaking checks come in. I was answering the phones. I was going door to door. I was boots on the ground, literally behind the VIP section where I actually met the Obamas when he was running. I saw how it works. I saw how the system works from the inside out, guys. And for the first time in my life, I realized politicians are picked and they are purchased. You be the ones that line up with your policies.
That was never new to me.
Yeah, you bring your agenda to them and you say, this is what we want. We will give you our vote if you do this. That's what the other class of people did. That's why they got their law into in place the first 100 days of Biden, and the other class of people that got their law in the first 100 days of Biden being in there, because Black people don't go to these politicians with their agenda and say, this is what I need if you want my vote, and I will get as many people behind you as I can, but this is what we need. We don't do that. We go
Right.
off of feelings and promises. We don't look at, we need to say, this is what we need in real time.
Right. Right.
Because
OG.
Absolutely.
when we went to Trump with the Black agenda, that's when he came up with the Black Platinum Plan, guys. It was then
OG.
and only then.
I thought to cut you off, but what you just said right now is a repeat what one of my one telling us on his program. We've been voted by emotion. We're not looking at the part what it benefited us. We're allowing the people play us for a fool. This is why Martin did his show called Unfiltered, meaning there were times this man was cursing. He was literally pissed the hell off. Like, how long are we gonna play ourselves and let these people play us? It wasn't like he pushing anyone to be a Democrat or Republican. He is telling you, be careful who you put in the office. Know what their agenda is. Stop being so gullible. He called out the blacks who voted for Joe Biden to get his nomination. He said, I hope you're able to live with your decision. This man will go on certain rant whereby he literally destroying anybody and everybody. He don't care who he offend. He was not having it. This man was telling us the game, what is going on there. Yeah, these politics are being bought. They're playing the game to play us. If you're not in the game, know what the hell is going on, you go get played regardless. That is why I say it's one thing about you put certain people in office, but you don't have the mechanism. Let's go back to the 1964, 1965 Voting Rights and Civil Rights Act. How you think it came about? If you didn't get the inside and outside pressure applied to them on both sides. Roma was telling us the civil rights activists of the yesteryear had a proper game in play to make sure we got our voting right and our civil rights. We could have used the same exact tactic, get a lot more stuff for us. Problem is, people got complacent. They were satisfied for what they got, but he was not satisfied. There's more to get. The problem is, there were a lot of other civil rights actors that were being groomed to take those people's place, but were getting killed off. Romano talked about it on his show. It was not put on the mainstream media. Why are these people getting killed left and right across the country? For what purpose? Why the police are not investigating these things? Everyone on Battle, I understand about Battle Martin, but look at his work consistent all across the board, and you see what he putting out there. There was stuff that you're not going to hear on the news. I found out on his program, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And I did my homework myself, and found out he wouldn't play around. Yeah, these parties go play us either we like it or not. We are just nothing but a voting block. All you got to do is dangle a carrot to direct where to go or where not to go. What happened to having a third party besides the Democrat or the Republican? I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican. You know
Well,
why there's
David,
no?
there
You
was
know why there's,
there
you know why
was
there's no a third party? Because they know when you have a
there
third
was a
party.
there was a female candidate that was running during that time. Her name was Marion Williams. She was an independent candidate, and she was the
I
only
remember.
candidate that actually talked about reparations. And she brought it up to all the other candidates during the debate, but nobody paid attention to her. Nobody. Yep, Marianne Williamson. So we don't pay attention to the independent candidates. We don't, because we were either raised and bred in our communities as a race of people or tradition in families to either be Democrat or Republican.
That may be the case, but we
Facts.
not be. I know that may be the
Facts.
case, but you don't teach civil elected how to pick and do what's best for our own interest. That's what I had the biggest argument for 20 years. I've been saying this for 20 years. I am 43. And I'm saying, why is that these people in this country are so blinded to the damn truth? They allow people to play them for a game. I was irritated by that. Because you know why? There was a time I was working at a job, I was making 15 an hour. I can't get health insurance, I was making too much money. How in the world 15 an hour back then too much money? But I can't even afford rent. When I did I was irritated. I was beyond irritated. I wasn't gullible. But everyone around was becoming gullible. I was like, is this the Twilight Zone? Am I being punked here? And no one see what the heck is going on in front of their face? Are you for real?
Well, I'll tell you one thing: Black people should definitely feel punked now with Biden being in there and knowing that we didn't absolutely get anything for us, nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Even our vice president Kamala, who sat on the breakfast club and said, "Well, I'm not just going to do just for only Black people." Okay, but you didn't do nothing for Black people
At all.
So,
She
like,
didn't even come on. She didn't
real
come
quick,
on Roller
everybody.
Martin's show. Do you know what she
Yeah.
didn't come on Roller Martin's show? Because
Wait,
she
hold on,
knows what we.
Black David, real quick. Everybody, we have like 5 minutes before we have to close out, but definitely continue talking. But around like at 3:30, I'm gonna shout everybody out before we close.
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you listen, we all know how politicians work. They come to the Black community when they need to. Kamala Harris never ever claimed to be Black until it was time for her to be Black. So let's be real about that. She did not start claiming her being Black as a part of her Jamaican father and her Indian mother. She never claimed it until it was convenient for her. She always claimed it as Indian descent. So
I never
then when
liked her
she
either.
yeah, and then she gets on the Breakfast Club and well, I'm not going to just do anything for Black people only. Like, we realize there's other races of people in the world. We know that, but we're saying that we're the only race of people that have never gotten anything, and we've always been on the low end of the totem pole. So honey, what have they done for us lately? Nothing.
But here it is.
And they still continue to do so. And we
Here it is.
have to learn how to look at policies and procedures and vote for the candidate for policies and procedures, not because of you and your feelings about how you feel about that person.
Right.
Here it is.
Right.
I watched the Breakfast Club for at least 2 years straight to understand who they really are. I find them like jokers. But somehow they go there like they're supposed to be our Black representative. William Martin had his program and a Join the Morning show. Why they never showed up over there? William Martin say when I called out to Kamala Harris when she's running for office, she never want to come over to my program, nor to the Join the Morning show. Why is that? Same thing with Joe Biden. Same thing with Pelosi. Why are you dodging the hard question so the Black people can understand what the agenda really is? But you go to the I'll explain my system. They're the king, queen, duke, and court jester. Charlemagne the God is the court jester. He don't speak for us, but they go to him instead. Why is that? Explain that to me. Why is that? We got real journalists who can ask you the hard question. You go dodge them and go to a court jester? Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Charlemagne the God who raped other people and act like he didn't really do it. And when the fight came onto his feet, he gonna do the PR stunt to quiet things down. You went to that guy for an interview? Not once, but twice on two different shows? Are you kidding me? But you afraid to go to a role model who put everybody foot to the fire? Either you're a Republican or Democrat? Chuck Schumer only went there once. He tasted the fire. He didn't go back again because you know why? You know what am I going to hold his feet to the fire? Pelosi have been dodging him. Because you know why? Because you're going to hold her feet to the fire. I don't do ass kissing. I do ass kicking. I don't kiss nobody's ass. But I would ask you the hard question. If you too afraid to answer the hard question, that says something about you. Stop going to these court jesters. Charlemagne of God should not be the appointed who should be interviewing the people like they represent us. They do not represent us. They represent the court jesters of the world. That's the problem.
Right.
She would never go to a real black-owned media to be asked the hard question. Not her, not Joe Biden, not Pelosi, the idiot who vouched for Joe Biden. Oh, he get questioned hard several times. Well, Martin put into the feet to the fire several times. He called him out. The man trying to dance around the question. We see that.
Salute to black man unfiltered. What's up? Salute to you, my brother.
I'm glad you brought into the conversation because I would speak my mind to the fullest, and I'm not gonna hold my tongue back from nobody. But what I don't tolerate is the hypocrisy and the joke and the nonsense being played for far too long.
And
If
we've
you're
been
not
the
gonna
butt of. We've been the butt of the joke. Black people are going to either have to realize that we are going to have to become independent or create our own political party.
Yeah.
As people.
you don't have to take my
Because
word. You don't have to take my word
when
for
you
this.
look at our history, Black people really started out as Republicans.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
if you want to go back to the history, and then it came the intersection of the Dixiecrats, and I don't know how we got bamboozled into that, but we always getting bamboozled.
Well,
We got bamboozled and fell into the Democratic Party for the majority.
The reason why we get bamboozled so much is because we allow it. We don't do before I wrap it up, we don't do the research of a lot of things. We go by a lot of emotion and a lot of hope. And so because of that, we don't sit there and talk to our people and educate. We don't do the proper research. We don't take time to read the books. This is why people look at us like we're lazy, because we don't put a lot of effort into properly vetting these people out. It's the equivalent to like relationships. People
I ask this question real
don't take
quick.
a lot. What was it?
How many families have a civic lesson in their own household? How many black families talk about the three branches of office and these local office and these state office, what it would benefit us or not? How many families talk about these things on a regular? I've been to my household. My wife say, "Why you talk about politics?" But I do that a lot back in my country to understand what the heck is going on.
Because people are more into entertainment and into emotional feelings than to like listen to the reality. The reality
Exactly
is
what
that
Martin said.
what you hear is the truth, and the truth will also hurt. And people are tired of kind of feeling. It's like people are tired of ripping that band-aid so much that they rather just wrap tape around it, so they don't have to peel it off again. And that's why you have a lot of distractions like the media, the TV, or whatever. Just a lot of stupid stuff that the majority of us will get into, because we don't care to get into like the politics. A lot of us don't even. I know I said hope. I know that's going to be contradicting, but some of us don't even really have the hope that it will get better. So we just go willy nilly, and we just focus on other things besides of what's actually going on within the world. And so when you have people like Biden and Kamala Harris, they know that we're so easily gullible. All they have to do is just put a black face, someone that is intellectually intelligent, enough to bamboozle us. Allegedly, that's right, allegedly, to get us focused onto like voting for a person that we consider to be us, when they're not even working for us. And most of these people are working against us, allegedly. But I'm sorry to wrap it up, everyone. With that being said,
It's fine. It's
Black
fine.
David, I definitely appreciate you for coming to the live stream, Miss OG Patrice. Your
Sorry that I
presence
came late.
also grateful. Oh no, you good. You came right on
Because
time, like with the Trump topic, anyways.
because I have so much to say because people think I'm just going to be good. I'm not a gullible person, but
yeah.
I work in IT for 20 years. While I'm working out there, I need to know what the policy going to be out there that will affect me and my household, how it will affect my money. So I'm not a gullible person. So yet I'm going to talk about politics. I do it at my job when I'm not supposed to, but I do it anyway. So I need to know what the heck is going on. I'm not
Right.
stupid. Then what I tell
Exactly.
people, if you don't have your own black-owned news media that want to inform you instead of giving you entertainment, then you got a problem.
And let
That
me
is
say
what.
this too in closing, if I may.
Yeah, go
Sure.
ahead.
I
Black
got to highlight Black
black
Man Filter.
in your black community, shout out to Black Man Unfiltered Network. In our black communities, we're gonna have to realize the importance of how voting locally it affects your community. It's so important. Actually, it's more important than the president in the most part, because when you're voting for things like your police chief, the DA, the governor, the congressperson, the alderman, your the you know what I mean, all those people that run locally, these judges and things that affects your community as a whole. Is so important. Learn about them. Go on their websites when they're running and read their policies. Find out if they align with yours. If they don't, they got community meetings. Go to these meetings. Start talking about the things you want to see change in your community. That's the only way it's going to affect it, change in your community, and it starts locally first.
Right.
Well
Sorry, hold on
said.
real quick.
Well said. I
All
like
right.
that.
With that being said, please subscribe to Black Man Unfiltered Network. He he will be streaming at 8:30 tonight. I think it's Eastern time or Pacific time. Let me know, Black Man, where your time zone is at, so then that way we could be more specific. But he did say 8:30, so I'm assuming it's going to be Eastern time, I think. So subscribe to Black Man Unfiltered once again. This is his YouTube channel link. Take the time to click on the link, and also subscribe to DJ Eddie King's YouTube channel as well too. He is the music man. It's really easy. You just type in DJ Eddie King, and you'll be able to find him. I'll post the link up in just a second, DJ Eddie King. With that being said, Miss OG Patrice, I will highlight you first. Feel free to shout out yourself or whoever else you want to shout out.
Yeah, I thank you so much for allowing me knowledge and relationships to always grace your platform with my presence. I hope that something I said can help, especially the younger generation that I try to reach. I try to lead by example and give back. I want to send a special shout out to your chat. I want to give a special shout out to the panel and thank you for all of your opinions and views and perspective. I respect them and I appreciate them. And I want to send a special shout out to Lucky Marie, and I want to send a special shout out to Uncut with Darrell Long. Y'all catch me Sunday on Lucky Marie, where I will be on her panel supporting her in her endeavors as well. And thank you so much for the opportunity, and everybody have a happy new year and a happy Kwanzaa.
Yes, happy new year, happy new year, happy Kwanzaa.
Okay, we'll go to Black Man Unfiltered. I'm sorry, I'm not Black Man Unfiltered. I mean Black David. Sorry.
I'm gonna be Black Man Unfiltered Junior. If that's the case. Anyway, hey, I can play that joke. Either way, I am humble to be here. I'm humble to share my opinion because this is something we need among the Black community to share that dialogue, to have a conversation, to have the tough conversation that people don't want to have. Because at the end of the day, if we don't keep ourselves informed, we will continue to be gullible. Other than that, me, knowledge, 84, DJ Eddie, OG Patrice, I am humbled to be in your presence because I don't need to be here, but when you ask me to be here, I'm willing to help out and share my point of view.
Absolutely.
Without seeing
and I
appreciate
because
I'll tell people, I'm not going to be gullible. I see a lot of things from a very big picture view, and I'm like, wow, this has been going on for too long. It needs to stop. Yeah. So we need to make it a habit to bring the civil election in our household way before the election start to get people aware of what's going on.
Absolutely. We got to educate ourselves. Educate.
The Bible said our people suffer for their lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink in.
Yes, sir.
That's deep. Yes, sir.
Let that sink in.
Absolutely. You don't have that shout out to my nephew, Yella. I forgot about my nephew Yella. Ain't forget about my Annie from my hometown. I can't never forget him. He always shout me out, call me his TT. So listen, I'm getting a lot of nieces and nephews in these YouTube streets.
Yeah,
Hey,
shout
it's
out
what
to
it
the
is.
Shy crew. And once again, Black David, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and move
Thank
to
you, Black
DJ
David. Much love.
Eddie King. All right, our music
Yeah.
coordinator. Subscribe to his
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Well, me and K Marion already posted the link, so go ahead and follow those 2 links to subscribe to DJ Eddie King's YouTube channel.
Yes. Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you, Black Man, for coming to the show. Let me see, what's it? Filter, unfiltered? No, not unfiltered, right?
Black
It's Black
David.
David.
What'd you say?
Yeah, you could call me Black David Jr.
No, I'm thinking you too, Black David Jr. I'm talking about unfiltered, a Black Man Unfiltered. Is that his name? Black Man Unfiltered Network? Or?
Oh, the one.
Yeah, Black
Yeah,
Man
yeah,
Unfiltered Network. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure I said it right. Okay, thank you for joining the chat, brother. Thank you for I think Miss Mary. Thank Miss Mary for joining the show. I mean, not joining the show, but coming in the chat, supporting our show. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for supporting us. I am the music created for knowledge and relationship. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, dj.eddie.king. I want to thank OG Patrice, Black Dave. Is it Black Dave? Yeah, Black Dave. I would like to thank you for joining the show. Best in the world. Where you at, man? I need to find you.
Yes.
Man. If Mr. You don't know, now you know, man. I see you.
Yes.
Manager. Okay, for knowledge and relationship, I'd like to thank you. And one last person, M3, the CEO.
Yes,
thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, DJ Eddie King. And with that being said, I got to highlight too the network manager, Mr. If You Know, You Know, 84.
Wow, somebody just sent me a really inspiring message on Messenger, man. It's really good to get love, man. I can't lie. It's good to be loved, people. It's good to be loved.
absolutely.
It's definitely good to be loved by people, for real. You know what I mean? I'd rather that than people hate. But hey, people hate. That's all. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody in the chat. K Marion, Black Man Unfiltered, Mrs. Mary, Lucky Marie. Please, everybody, like to subscribe to Lucky Marie. You know what I mean? She has 2 lives tomorrow. Definitely like to subscribe to Black Man Unfiltered. He has a live tonight. Hit that bell for them. You know what I mean? Represent. You know what I mean? Represent for everybody. Definitely want to give a shout out, to my bro Daryl. Uncut with Daryl Long, Billy Bashan. You know what I mean? Everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody who's in the chat who supported. Definitely. Shout out to Sherelle. I see you, Sherelle. You know what I mean? Sherelle was sleeping. She was support, man. You know what I mean? Love the Sherelle, the sis. You know what I mean? Definitely love to everybody, man. Love to Yella. You know what I mean? He's so helpful. Just Kaya. Like, subscribe to her channel. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Jessica.
Yeah, shout out to Jessica. Definitely. Shout out to you, OG Patrice. Got to show you love. Shout out to Black
Right back at you.
Shout out to JP, Auntie JP. You know what I mean? I see y'all. I
Shout
jumped
out
on
to
your Instagram for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the Peace Network. Shout out to Conversations with King, Chef, Vic, 100 Watch, Finesse Visions, On the Block with Jen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube world, man. If I'm forgetting you, please forgive me. Oh yeah, Hanifa, Mayat, Maricela. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Arshawn, brother Arshawn Dave. Bro Clarence, what's going on?
Shout out to brother Bro Clarence. Shout out to Rico.
Who's still Rico? You know what I mean? I'm shouting out the whole crew right now, man. It's
all the OGs,
TJ. All the OGs. Definitely. All the OGs and the young G's, we all here. You know what I mean? We all family, man. Whether we want to be or not, we all family. Come to the cookout. I'm gonna have a cookout. I might have a cookout. I'm gonna invite all y'all. Y'all better not mess up my cookout, or we gonna have trouble. But you don't get no ribs to mess up my cookout. I ain't gonna give you no ribs at all. The ribs gonna be slamming. You're gonna want the ribs. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube spaces and the YouTube world. Shout out to Lauren Melissa. Shout out to Kay, Courtney Michelle, E Black TV. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Chicago Rilla, Anton, Shannon Rawls. You know what I mean? Shout out everybody, man. If I'm forgetting you, like I said, I apologize. I can't remember all y'all. I'm sorry. It's too many of y'all. You know what I mean? And then I got to shout out my crew. Shout out my crew, Queen. You know what I mean? Miss Petty
Queen,
Penny.
shout out to the
You know what I mean? Shout out to To Damo, the assistant network manager. Damo, where you at, girl? Free Damo. You know what I mean? Shout out to her first lady Tammy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jessica. You know what I mean? Jessica, where you at? I know you're not feeling well. Feel better, Jessica. Much love. You know what I mean? And then shout out to the music coordinator, DJ Eddie Kane.
Yeah.
Shout out to Eddie King.
Network manager for knowledge in relationships. All right. Happy New Year, y'all. Catch me at MR if you know, you know. 84. You know what I'm saying?
Happy New Year.
Take it
Happy
away.
New Year.
Happy Kwanzaa to y'all. You know what I mean? Happy holidays. You know, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, all that. All everything y'all celebrate. Happy and hello and everything else. If you don't celebrate, much love to you as well. Happy New Year, y'all. MC, take it away.
Happy New Year. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Best, Mr. You know, and everybody else in the crew. Like I said, you know, shouts to DJ Eddie King, First Lady Tammy. You know, shouts to Kate Marion, Luann Love. Shouts to Dom. Did I miss anybody?
Tammy.
I think okay. Shouts to Tammy again. If I forgot about her. Queen. Shout outs to Queen. Shout outs to Jessica. Yeah, Jessica and the rest of the crew as well too. Shout outs to everybody that also came in chat. Shout outs to Krista Bloom and Ebony who came in for a little bit. Lucky Marie, definitely tune in to like her live stream tomorrow and for Sunday as well too. Sunday, Miss OG Patrice will be featured on there, so I will definitely be tuning in to give these lovely ladies my support. Black Man Unfiltered. Like I said, 8:30. Like I'm assuming it's going to be Easter time. I'm assuming it's in the East Coast. But you know, if you hit the bell, you will already know. You'll get that alert as soon as he go live. So I'll be looking forward to his live stream so I could be tuning in. And then also Sherelle came back. Shout outs to Sherelle. Yes, thank you. And then Black Man Unfiltered. He says he's in the Central Time. So yes, that's 8:30 Central Time, which means that is 6, 7, 8.
It's okay.
That's
9:30 Eastern Time.
No. It's 8:30 Eastern Time. We are in the West Coast. So that means that's 7, 6. That's 5:30 p.m. West Coast time. 8:30 Central Time. Oh, no, Central Time. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking about East Coast. See, I'm messing up. I'm tripping. That is 6:30 Pacific Time, 8:30 Central Time. My bad, y'all.
9:30 Eastern Time.
9:30 Eastern Time. You know, you are right. You're all right. Thank you. My bad for that. I was thinking about East Coast so much, man. But
Black Nerd Power. Black Nerd Power.
Right. Definitely for sure. Everybody's been coming and showing some love. Do us a favor as well, too. Sherelle had definitely gave us some good advice, and I believe like it does work, even though YouTube, they be hating themselves. But after when the show's over, come back to the replay and just give a warm comment. Just say, you know, great stream, M3 or nice relationships. Just say whatever that's endearing. And OG Barichi says salute to the chat. The chat is where it's at. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
And I want to also address and keep this in mind too. When we come to the panel and when we're in the chat, we want people to have a freedom of expression, but we don't tolerate people that are also insulting the people in the chat or within the panel. The chat is our family. The panel is our family too as well. So I would just ask if you, ladies and gentlemen, just please be respectful to the people in the chat and also to the people in the panel as well too. Let's not be so sensitive like during these politics. By the end of the day, it's all entertainment and it's all fun, but let's not try to kill the mood by insulting people and try to discount people. So, and Black Man Phil says, thanks, big bro. No problem. Salute to you and salute to Sherelle. So like I said before, stick around for the outro of the Nosh in the Afternoon. And please give us like your comments after when the stream is over because it helps build the algorithm up. So with that being said, before I go, I want everybody, okay, take a few seconds of your time, okay? please subscribe to DJ Eddie King's YouTube channel. Look, do you see the mouse moving? You see the mouse moving, right? Okay. He should not have 49 subscribers. Mm-hmm. Okay. This man should be like at 100 right now.
Yes.
You are missing out on all of his good quality instrumentals. Okay. The outros and the intros we make will not be possible without his music. So I'm gonna take the little mouse right here and go slow, okay? See this right here? I'm subscribed to his channel, okay? All right. So you just click the subscribe button, and then you hit the bell, and then you click all. Okay. Thank you. DJ Eddie King. You will be able to find him if you even type it in. But we already posted a link, so please subscribe to our brother's channel.
Please.
You know, and pretty soon when Mr. You know, he has his own YouTube channel, we will definitely highlight his as well too. So we're all about supporting our own people as well. So anybody else?
Summer 2022, y'all. Summer 2022. That's the day. Summer 2022. Probably end of July. That's what I'm looking at.
All right. With that being said, thank you guys so much. And remember, stick around to the new outro. Okay. That will show you a sample of DJ Eddie King's instrumentals, his work, combined with the graphic arts that we put in. Yes. And just leave us a comment after the replay to build the algorithm up. Thank you everyone for your participation. Mm-hmm. We love you guys and ladies as well too. And we are out.
Peace.
Oh, last comment says, subscribe to the channels, click the like button on your views too, so that we know that you stopped by. Good vibes. Yeah, definitely. Leave a comment on DJ Eddie King's beats as well too to build the algorithm up and say that Knowledge Relationships sent you guys and ladies as well too.
Like, subscribe, DJ Eddie King. Definitely.
All right. Sorry for being long-winded, but I got to make sure they subscribe to your channel. So by that time, we should have like a lot more subscribers. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, we are out, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Happy New Year, y'all. Later.
Yeah, Happy New Year.